Hi. Hello, Ash Moonfire, Sneaky Silk. So my finger slipped and, this happened. That's where I wanted to start. But, now that that's out of the way, I wanted to finish all the routes for Faruzan's story quest. Hang on, I want this flower. And, since we were doing this route already yesterday, there's an alternative that I'm guessing happens if you tell them about, what was it called? Tamimi? Hello? You good? Oh, I think it was trying to trigger the scene, but everything wasn't loaded yet. It shouldn't be stretched. It looks normal. Maybe just a little. I'm trying to compare it to the screen I have. I think it's just I think it's just a little bit. Not by much though.
砂漠での旅は順調だった？あれ、ファルさん先輩は？
Okay. Yep. Tell the whole truth is the other option we have. Okay, you tell everything that happened in the desert.
そんな、せっかく100年前の旧友に会えたのに、一瞬で。
Oh no, she finally got to reunite with an old friend from 100 years ago, but...
学者としては受け入れられるかもしれないけど、友達や生徒、娘としてはね。
Oh, how did I go down so many followers? What the heck? Is that right? Hold on a second. I just noticed something. But sometimes Twitch lies to me about how many followers I have. No, somehow I gained a couple, but now I'm down again. That's weird. It is 68, but we were up to 71. That's weird. Like it says on, like I just went to my profile and it says 68. That's weird. Weird. I fix it. Okay. What did you say, Tainari? As a researcher, she could perhaps accept it. However, as a friend, student, and a daughter... We should give her some time. Let's just wait for her here. Cool.
これからは100年後の新しい友達である僕たちがちょっとは先輩の助けになれるといいんだけど。
And in the future, I hope that we can be here to support her as new friends. Wait until one day later. Okay. Meow. I want it to be lighter out. So we're gonna skip until like 7. I'm doing alright. How are you doing? Alright. Faruzan should be back. Oh, this is the same. We've all been waiting for you, Madam Faruzan. Yep.
お前たちのその死んだような顔は若者ならばもっと元気を出せ。
Why'd you all look so solemn? Come on now. Liveliness befits youngsters more.
でも、ファルザン先輩、そのパーツは。
Madam Faruzan, did these parts come from...
そのことか。てっきり何か面倒事が起きたのかと思ったぞ。
Come now, I thought that you must have encountered some major problem. This isn't something you have to worry about.
ことの詳細はすでに知っておるようじゃの。何わしのために悲しくなる必要はない。言ったはずじゃろ。学者たるもの、己の失敗に直面することをも学ばねばならぬ。
Well, it looks like you already know everything, but no need to feel bad. Like I said before, as researchers, we must learn to accept our failures.
100年も荷重負担の状態で稼働しておったんじゃ。これらの部品を取っておいたとしても、今のわしの力で民を治すことはできん。それならいっそカカタの中であやつの命を生かし続けた方が良いかもしれん。
Tamimi had been operating beyond capacity for a century, and I'm unable to repair it with my current abilities, not even with these parts. It would thus be much better to use them to extend Karkata's lifespan.
先輩というものはな、
They are similar,
いつ
Faruzan
も
and
後輩の
Sucrose.
ために何かを残すものなんじゃ。学者もそうじゃし、機械もそうじゃ。
As a senior, it is only right that I do something for the people who come after me. That holds true for both researchers and machines.
それに、これらの部品をタダでやるとは言っておらんぞ。しばらくの間、カカタの中に預けるだけじゃ。じゃないと、お前たちにわしの研究の手伝いを続けてもらえんじゃろ。
Besides, I didn't say that I would be giving you these parts for free. They will only be used for Karkata temporarily. Otherwise, you wouldn't be able to help me with my
そ
research.
して、わしが古代文明の創造物を完全に解析し、再現できたとき、民の神聖の時が来る。
I'll be sure to revive Tamimi once I've fully deciphered and replicated the creations of the ancient civilization.
全力で先輩に協力するよ。
Alright, I'll do my best to help.
私も今はまだ何もできないかもしれないけど、
Me too, although I'm not sure if I'll be much help. I'll help
う
too.
む。当時のやつらにも民を改造できたんじゃから、今のわしらならもっとうまくやれるはずじゃ。
Thank you. If they could remodel Tamimi successfully even back then, there's no reason why we won't be able to do even
そ
better.
の日が来たら、わしはきっとあやつにこう伝えるぞ。
When that day comes, I'll be sure to
おか
say,
えり、民に。
Welcome home, Tamimi. Ah. New friends, a new life, a new beginning. Okay, now we can start on the last route. Whoa. Apparently the only option was Noelle. Nope, no one else. Just Noelle. Okay. So the last option is the collaborative project, I think. And then that one must have two... Oh, really? I didn't before when I had it set to English, but now that I have it set to Japanese, I feel like it's only fair to read the dialogue. That way maybe if you're just listening, you'll be able to understand what's going on.
どうしよう。
Okay,
わ
this
師
is
匠
all
は
repeat.
ハルザンせでも
So sorry, Kale. Okay, let's help resolve her current problem first.
ハルザン先輩にとっても師匠はきっと君が
I can stay and help.
じゃあ私も残って手伝った方がやっぱり
What
ちょ
happens
っ
if
と
I just observe? I'm just skipping over the stuff that we've done already.
評論派の行為を受けぬなら、
ただいまファルザン先輩旅人が
ほう、それは願ったりじゃの。そうか、知論派です。
Yep. Collaborative.
きなりから聞いているか
Alright,
どうか知らん
now
が
we're new.
わしの研究方法は各種遺跡とその中の仕掛けに関するもので、
I don't know if Tainari's told you this before, but while my research involves learning about ruins and the mechanisms within
わ
them,
しが所属する学派はギミックを研究する妙論派でもエネルギーの流れを研究するソロン派でもない。言語や文字を専攻とする知論派なんじゃ。
I don't belong to Kasharawar, which specializes in researching mechanisms, nor am I in Spontamod, which specializes in researching energy flow. Instead, I'm part of Haravatat, which specializes in language and scripts. He only said that you're a very senior researcher in the field of
養老派
mechanisms.
は何度かクシャレワー学院で研究を続けるようにと先輩を誘ったのですが全部断られてしまいまして
I need a new mouse because on the side it used to have like little grippy parts, but in the spot where I rest my thumb, it's like completely smooth. Like there's a little hole almost. I don't know what kind of mouse I want though. I haven't decided. I have a Corsair right now. It can't be big because I don't have very big hands. What are you saying? She has been invited to Kashara War multiple times to continue her research, but she's rejected them each time.
奴らが自分たちをどう紹介したか聞いてみ。クシャレワー学院はこれから先において唯一仕掛けを研究する能力を持つ学院であるじゃと。ふん。学術研究において唯一なんぞないわ。
Just listen to how they introduce themselves. In the future, Kasharwar will be the only Darshan with the ability to research mechanisms. There's no such thing as exclusivity in knowledge.
それにギミック術の現代生活への応用に重きを置く今の妙論派は戸籍を考察するわしの研究方針にそぐわん。
Besides, the current Kasharwar is more concerned about how mechanisms can be used in everyday life, while my research involves textual analysis of
も
ruins.
し奴らがまた共同研究の件を講じずにわしに考え直せと言ってくるようであれば
If they're trying to use the collaborative project as an excuse to have me
今回
reconsider
は違い
again...
ますアジャンタ彫刻展から正式に招待状が届いているんです
No, that's not it. The request this time is from Akara
妙論派
Crafts.
の責任者がファルザン先輩を推薦したんですよこれも彼女が個人的に先輩に対して尊敬の念を持っているからこそこれは彼女から直に聞いた言葉です
The representative of Kasharawar recommended you to them, Madame Faruzan. In truth, she told me that it's because she respects you a lot.
尊敬じゃと。うん。
Oh, respect? Oh my.
研究方針をこととしておることは別として妙論派の姿勢は評価に値する。少なくとも知論派の旧木どもよりはマシじゃのう。
Putting aside my ideological differences with Kasharawar, I suppose I must acknowledge this attitude of theirs. At the very least, they're bounds above those decrepit Haravatat fools. It wouldn't hurt to hear them out.
アジャンタ彫刻展かあそこは私も結構いい印象だった
Yeah, Akara Crafts is a pretty nice shop.
お前とコレイがそういうのならばひとまず聞いてやろう。
Since both of you feel as such, I shall first hear this proposal.
おほん
Oh, cute.
簡単に説
I
明
want to
する
help
と
with this.
アジャンタ彫刻展は子供の知識に対する好奇心を幼い頃から育てられるような楽しみながら学習できる
In
知育
summary,
玩具を
oh my
い
gosh,
くつかデザ
stop.
インしようとしていま
It's
す
like one sentence. In summary, Akara Crafts wants to design a series of early learning toys that will cultivate curiosity and learning in children.
おお、チーク玩具。面白いではないか。
Early learning toys? Interesting.
教令員が
I
彼ら
agree.
に協力するのもこれらのおもちゃが将来より多くの子供たちを立派な学者にすることを願ってのことです
The academia agreed to work with them because they hope that these toys can help children become excellent researchers in the
確
future.
かに今の教令員は新風を吹き込むべきじゃ。今から育てればわしも今後その中からいい人材を招くことができるかもしれんな。
True, the current academia is in need of some new blood. If the children start learning now, perhaps I can find some talented students in a few years.
ファルザン先輩やっぱりまだ学生が来てないんだ
Madame Faruzan, you still haven't found any
両論
students?
派責任者のアニスは今オルモス港の旅館で休んでいます少しでも興味を持ってくださるようでしたらそのあたりで彼女を探してみてください
Honest, Kasharawar's representative should be staying in the inn at Port Ormos. If you want more details, you can find her
オ
there.
ルモス港か。ずいぶん久しぶりじゃのう。当時と比べれば相当変わっておるじゃろ。
Port Ormos? Now there's a place I haven't been to in a long time. I wonder how much it's
オ
changed.
ルモス港かちょっと遠いな私は戻って師匠に報告して今日の宿題をやらないといけないから一緒に行くのは無理かも
I probably can't join you since Port Ormos is a little far from here. I should probably go back and report to Master, and then review today's homework.
案ずるな。 コレインは自分の勉強に専念すればよい。わしもこっちのことを終えたらパルディスディアイまでお前たちを探しに行こう。
No worries. Go do your homework, Kale. Once I'm done with everything here, I'll head over to Paradis DI. I can help you out.
それはありがとう。伝説の旅人を間近に観察できるとは学者の好奇心を満たすまたとない機会じゃな。
Thank you. Why, I'd even call this a rare chance for a curious researcher like myself to observe the legendary traveler up close. Oh. So are we going to Port Omo? Omos? Or Mos? Yes, that's exactly where we're going. This way. We'll see what exactly they need help with. I didn't think the hangout quests were as long as this one's been, but it's also been a while since I've done one. Okay. Let's find the person we're looking for. Boop the waypoint. Boop.
ファルザン
There
先
she
輩
is.
本当に先輩なんですか？気が変わられたのでしょうか？
Madam Faruzan, it's really you. Did you change your
待
mind?
て、先に言っておくが、わしはクシャレワー学院に興味を持ったわけではない。共同研究の状況を確認しに来ただけじゃ。
Alright, calm down. Let me be clear. I'm still not all that interested in Kasharawar. I'm just here to see how the project is going.
何しろ、お前たちは教令員を代表して共同作業に参加しておるのじゃ。もし何かあったら、全学者の評判が落ちることになる。そんな大事を放っておくわけにはいかぬわ。
After all, you're here as representatives of the academia in this collaboration. The reputation of all researchers is at stake here, so I will not simply stand by should mistakes get made.
とにかく先輩に来ていただけて何よりです。
Either way, it's a good thing that you're willing to come.
この何日か私たちはアジャンタ彫刻展にいろいろ提案を出していたのです。でも担当者はいつも私たちがデザインした構造は複雑すぎてコストを抑えられないとか言って。
Now, we've given Akara Crafts many ideas over the past couple of days. However, their owner thinks that our designs are too complicated, which will drive production costs too far
想
up.
定内のことじゃ。経費の申請を却下された経験があまりない学生たちはコストを抑えることの重要性を理解できぬのじゃろう。羨ましい限りじゃ。
That's expected. Students who have never had to deal with budgetary constraints probably don't understand how important it is to keep costs low. How inevitable. By any chance, has it been very difficult for you to get
も
funding
し
for
先
your
輩が妙
research?
論派に来てくれるのなら財政状況がいくら厳しくても学院はきっと経費を出してくれるはずです。
If you join Kasharawar, your budget will be as big as you want it to be. I guarantee
も
it.
うよい。同じことを二度も話したくないからの。まずはアジャンタ彫刻展の担当者に合わせてくれ。
That's enough. I will not repeat myself. Take me to Akara Crafts owners first, if you please.
わかりました。私有ボランティアを集めるため彼はあちらの坂道にいるはずです。それでは向かいましょう。
Alright, he's usually at the slope up ahead recruiting volunteers to test out his toys. Let's just head over. Okie dokie. She said up ahead, but it's telling me down here. Oh, I think I have found where I need to be. Or not. Well, first you said it was lower, and now you're saying it's higher up. Come on now. There we go. I found him. I found
な
him.
るほど。私が推薦した例の先輩が来てくださいましたよ。
Momdo, the one I recommended is here.
あなたがファルザン先輩ですか？
Oh, so you're, Madam Faruzan?
そうじゃ。わしがファルザンじゃ。
Yes, that's me.
よかったです。ここ数日共同研究の進捗が芳しくなくて。
Oh, wonderful. We haven't been able to make any progress on our collaboration
こ
recently.
ちらもいろいろと提案してみたのですが、遊び方が簡単すぎてチークにならないとアニスさんがおっしゃって。
We've made many suggestions, but Miss Honest thought that those ideas were too simple and wouldn't be effective in training the mind.
何しろ
このチーク玩具は教令員が未来の学者を養成するためのものなんですから。簡単すぎると普通のおもちゃとは変わらないでしょ。
You're thinking too far ahead, I think. These early learning toys are meant to help the academia train future researchers, after all. If they're too simple, then how are they any different from regular toys?
でもあまり複雑な構造だとコストがかかりますし、第一私たちの生産能力じゃスメール中の子供たちに普及させることなんかできなくなっちゃいますよ。
But if they're too complicated, not only will they be expensive to produce considering our production capabilities, but they won't have much broad appeal to Samir's children either.
構造はあまり複雑すぎず、遊び方も簡単すぎてはならぬということか？
So, the designs can't be too complicated, but it can't be too easy to play with either?
パルザン先輩がお残しになったノートには、簡単な構造なのに複雑な機能を実現した仕掛けがたくさんありましたよね。それをチーク玩具にも応用できないでしょうか。
I remember that, in your notes, many contraptions have managed to fulfill complex functions despite using simple parts. Maybe we can do something similar with these early learning toys.
ノートに書きつけた仕掛けのことか？あれらはわしの作品ではない。わしはただ遺跡にあった仕掛けをすべて解体してみただけじゃ。
The contraptions in my notes? I didn't create those. I simply took the contraptions in the ruins apart and analyzed
だ
them.
がそう言われてみれば、先人の遺産の中には確かにそのようなものがあったの。
But now that you mention it,
あとハサミはあるか？
the ruins did have
紙で
things like
試し
that.
に再現してやろう。
Do you have a pen, paper, and scissors? I'll make a paper
も
prototype.
うアイディアが湧いてきたんですか？さすが教令員の大先輩。あ、もちろんありますよ。先輩、どうぞ。
You have an idea already? I suppose I should have expected as much of a respected academia senior researcher. We do have those, yes. Please help yourself. Faruzan starts to sketch and cut.
これだけですか？
Oh, you're done already? Oh. I know what this is.
説明するぞ。この3本の太い線を3本の杭とする。
Let me explain. These three thick lines represent three poles.
そしてこの長さの違う紙切れは大きさの異なる円盤を表しておる。これらは杭に
Oops, she's
積
not
み重
done.
ねられるんじゃ。
Sorry,
塔
Faruzan.
のようにな。
These paper strips of varying lengths represent rings of different sizes. They can be slotted into the poles and stacked up like a
この
tower.
構造であれば想像以上に作りやすそうです。でも一体どう遊ぶんですか？
Well, that's easier to make than I expected. So, how is this game
そ
played?
れもとても簡単じゃ。この杭にある塔をこのままもう一本の杭に移動するんじゃ。
That's very simple as well. You just need to shift the tower from this pole to another
先
pole.
輩、それはちょっと簡単すぎませんか？チーク玩具にしては。
Nope. It's actually
も
not.
ちろんそれぞれの円盤、つまり紙切れを移動するときには一定の規則に従わねばならん。一度に一つしか移動できるのじゃ。そして大きい円盤を小さい円盤の上に重ねてはならん。
Of course, when moving each ring, the paper strips in this case, you must follow one rule. You can only move one ring at a time, and you can't place a bigger ring on top of a
塔
smaller
を
one.
立てるときと同じように、この3本の杭にある円盤は小さいものが上になるような順で積み重ねる必要があるんじゃ。このおもちゃをスタックの塔と名
This
付
is
け
a
る。
very common logic toy. It's like building a tower. The rings in the three poles must be stacked from big to small. I named this toy Pagoda Stack.
スタックの塔。
Pagoda Stack.
あまりにも簡単すぎませんか？私もそれはちょっとと思いますよ。
That sounds way too simple. Even I feel like it's missing something.
簡単かどうかやってみればわかるじゃろ。
Hello,
兄から聞いたが
Ignito. How are
お前
you?
たちはこの近くでボランティアを募集して試しに遊んでもらうそうじゃな。早速そやつらに試してもらえばよいのじゃ。
Give it a try and you'll find out if it's simple or not. I heard from Honest that you find volunteers to try out the toys, right? Why don't you do the same for this game?
でもこんなに簡単なおもちゃ、ボランティアを募る必要もないと思いますけど。
It's such a simple toy. There's no need
マムド
to...
先輩の言うことを聞いてください。
Momdo, let's just do as she says.
わかりました。
Huh? Okay then. Oh yeah, it is Women's Day, isn't it? Mondo gathers the nearby volunteers over, and Faruzan explains the
ルール
rules.
はこんなところじゃ。一番少ない移動回数で塔をこのままもう一本の杭に移動できるのは誰か試してみるがよい。
And that's how you play this game. You can all give it a try. Let's see who's able to move the tower to another pole in the smallest number of
こんな
steps.
簡単なおもちゃのためにみんなを呼び出したのかよ。
You called everyone here for such a simple
そん
toy?
なにかからないと思うけど。
It doesn't look like it'll take that many
ま
steps.
あまあ、新しいおもちゃで遊んでみるってマムドお兄さんと約束しただろ。そしたら七星召喚の新しいカードがもらえるんだしさ。
Come on, we all promised to help Mr. Mondo test out the new toys. He says he'd give us new Geniusification TCG cards. So they were lured in by the promise of new cards.
わかったよ。それじゃあ早く完成させて戻ってカードゲームやろうぜ。
Fine, let's get this over and done with so we can head back and play cards. The children start to play with Pagoda Stack.
完成だ。僕は19回。
Done. It took me 19 steps.
私は20回以上かかったけど。
Huh? It took me over 20 steps.
俺はたったの18回だぞ。
Hehe, I only needed 18
悪
steps.
くない結果じゃ。どうやらお前たちはルールに慣れてきたみたいじゃな。
Not bad. Looks like you're all familiar with the rules
では
now.
今度は難易度を上げるぞ。塔の高さを5層にする。もう一度やってみんか。
Then let's increase the difficulty. The next tower will be 5 layers tall. Now then, give it a shot.
またやるの？
Wait, there's more?
せっかく来たんだし、やってみようぜ。
Since we're already here, why don't we just give it a try?
リストを増やしただけならそんなに難しくならないだろう。
An extra layer shouldn't make it that much harder, right?
どういうことだよ。もう30回くらい移動してるのにまだ完成しないぞ。
What's going on? I've already moved over 30 steps, but I'm still not done yet.
私はもうすぐ完成よ。今回は私の方が早いみたいね。
Yeah, I'm almost done. Looks like I'm the faster one this
完
time.
成だ。全部で35回。
Done. It took me 35 steps.
いつの間に？
What? How?
このスタックの塔っておもちゃ遊んでみるとなかなか面白いね。
This Pagoda Stack toy is pretty fun to play with.
その調子じゃ。最後にもう一回やるか。今回はさらに2層増やして7層にするぞ。
Good, we'll try it one final time. This time we'll add 2 more layers, making 7 layers in total.
マムド、ここに残りの紙切れがあるんじゃが、お前たちもやってみないか？
Mondo, you've still got quite a few paper strips here. Why don't you give this a go as
こんな
well?
に簡単なおもちゃなのにこんなに移動回数がかかるなんて。試してみます。
Do you need that many steps for something this simple? Let me try.
パルザン先輩、私も試してみたいです。
Madam Faruzan, allow me to try it as well.
お前は先ほどから真面目に眺めておったようじゃが、このおもちゃの法則は分かってきたか？
You were looking at it quite seriously just now. Are you starting to understand the principles involved?
はい。少しだけかもしれ
I
ません
think
が。
so.
推測を証明するために一番いい方法は実験を行うことじゃ。
If you want to test out your hypothesis, you'll just have to play and find out.
はい。
Got it.
旅人に残された紙切れが足りんようじゃ。じゃがその様子だと容量は分かったようじゃな。
We don't have enough paper strips left for you, traveler. However, by the looks of things, you seem to have the game figured out. Just
で
about.
は塔、7層のスタッフの塔を解くには最低
Oh,
どれくらい動かさ
maybe
ね
I
ば
don't.
ならんか？
Hang on, I don't want her to be upset with me. I need to look up the answer. Because I actually don't have it figured out. Um... 127.
ほう、さすがという
Because I want the
べきか。
achievement.
こんなに早く法則を見抜くとはのう。
Okay, oh, color me impressed. You figured it out so quickly. Will she tell me how to figure it out?
あやつらの努力
Because I actually
次第
don't
じゃ。
know. Let's see how well they do then. After some time...
この小さな円盤を移動すれば大きな円盤をその上に積み重ねられなくなるのか。必要な移動回数は予
Oh, this
想
one
よ
might
りも
not be as
かな
long
り
as
多いで
it
すね。
seems. If I move the small ring, then the big one won't be able to go on top of it. This is going to take more steps than expected.
これが何回目なのかもうわかんなくなってきちゃったぞ。
I've lost count of how many steps I've taken. Can I restart?
急に難しくなってきたね。
This got a lot harder.
解けましたよ、ファルザン先輩。合計で127回です。
I solved it. Madam Faruzan, it takes 127 steps in
そん
total.
なにかかるのですか？たった7層なのに。
That many, but there are only 7 layers.
スタックの塔の層が増
Here
え
we
る
go.
たび、考えないといけない移動の順番がより複雑になるんです。そうすると必要な移動回数は少なくとも2倍になります。
For every extra layer in the pagoda stack, the move order you need to consider becomes much more complex, and the number of steps required will at least double.
正確に言えば2倍足す1じゃ。
Oh.
上出来じゃぞ。チーク玩具だからといってその裏に隠された法則を無視しなかったの。
More accurately, it will require double the steps plus 1 each time. You did well. You didn't underestimate the principles behind it just because it's an early learning toy.
仕掛けの複雑さは目に見える部品の数によって決まるものではない。部品間のつながりや全体的なことに関わってくる法則も仕掛けの一部なんじゃ。
The complexity of any given contraption isn't determined by the number of parts it has. The way the parts interact and the rules behind how it operates are important too.
なるほど。だからファルザン先輩はノートでどんな未知の仕掛けも軽んじてはいけないと強調されていたんですね。
Oh, I see. No wonder you emphasize in your notes that no contraption should ever be underestimated.
つまり構造が簡単なおもちゃでも合理的な法則を定めれば複雑な遊び方ができるということですね。
I see. So even a simple toy can become complex with the right set of
その
rules.
通りじゃ。スタックの塔で応用した法則は古典ギミック術の中では最も簡単な類のものに過ぎぬ。
That's right. The rules used for pagoda stack are the simplest kind when it comes to ancient contraption making techniques.
少し時間はかかるが似たような仕掛けを一冊のしおりにまとめてやろう。
I could spend some time picking out all those machines that do something similar and write you a reference book.
そうすればどのおもちゃが一番人気かを確認するため私有しに来る者たちにしおりと私有用の紙を配布できるじゃろ。
Once that happens, you can give the volunteers the reference book and paper prototypes and find out which toy is the most
他
popular.
のおもちゃもあるの？
Do you have any other toys?
遊べるんだよ。
Yeah, can we play with them?
2日くらいかの。アニス、もし時間があるならば絵の手伝いをしてくれぬか？
In about 2 days or so, I think. Honest, if you're free, can you help me with the illustrations for the reference
も
book?
ちろん。光栄です。
Of course, I'd be honored.
2日か。それだけあればより多くのボランティアを集められます。その時には最終的にどのおもちゃを生産するか決めるためにここでより大きな発表イベントを行えるでしょう。
2 days should be enough for us to find more volunteers. Then we can organize a huge conference here, at which we can announce which toy we'll be making. Should I come back in 2
よろ
days
しくお
then?
願いします。人が多いほど集まるアドバイスも増えるわけですから、人が多いに越したことはありません。
You'd be most welcome. We need more people to get a healthy range of opinions. The more the
今日
merrier.
は付き合ってくれてご苦労様じゃったの。先にお前を送るとしよう。
Thank you for coming here with me today. I'll walk back with you. Okay, leave Port Ormos. Okay. Where are we going? Oh, over here.
ではわしはこの辺りで。時間があればティナリとコレイによろしく伝えておいてくれ。こちらのことが終わればできるだけ早くパルディスディアイに行く。
I'll be going then. Say hi to Tainari and Kale for me if you can. Once everything here is settled, I'll make my way over to Paradis DI as quickly as I can. Oh yeah, about Honest.
アニスか。付き合いが長いわけではないが、あの子にはいい印象を抱いておるよ。
Honest? We haven't had much time to get to know each other, but she seems like a good
目
kid.
先の利益を焦るという近年の傾向にも惑わされず、心を落ち着けて物事の背後にある法則を観察できるやつじゃ。
She's able to calmly figure out the basic principles behind something without being influenced by
この
others.
2日でしっかり教えてやらんとな。どれだけ身につくかは結局本人次第じゃが。
I'll do my best to teach her over the next few days. Still, how much she learns will really depend on her. Why don't you take her on as your student?
それはあの子が興味を持っておるのはギミック術の応用の方じゃろ。
Well, her interest lies in the application of
わし
mechanisms.
が教えられる古い知識もあるが、将来のことを考えればクシャレワー学院にいた方がより簡単に学びたいことに接することができるじゃろ。
I do have some old knowledge to share, but if we think about the future, it's easier for her to learn the things she's interested in if she stays in Kisharawa.
わしのギミック術研究もある意味では古代文字解読の副産物と言える。
My research into mechanisms is, in a sense, a side effect of my research into
現
ancient
代の
texts.
仕掛けを学ぶつもりでわしの弟子になられても、それはわしにとってもあやつにとっても最適解ではない。
If she becomes my student to learn how to make modern contraptions, it wouldn't benefit either of us in the long run. I see, I hadn't considered that.
じゃがもしこの2日間であやつが古代文字の解読にも興味を示してくれたとすれば話は別じゃ。
However, if she develops an interest in deciphering ancient texts over these next 2 days, that would change
学
things.
生を一人抱えられたら知論派のやつらがわしに経費を出してくれぬ理由も一つ減ることになる。
If I successfully poach a student, those young punks at Haravatat will have one less reason to cut my budget.
そういえば、もし今回の共同研究がうまくいけば、わしは知論派を避けつつも直接教令員に経費を申請することができるのではないか。
Perhaps if this collaborative project goes smoothly, I can even ignore Haravatat and ask for a higher budget directly from the academia. About the collaborative project, do you have any
思い
ideas?
つくことは確かにたくさんある。アニスの協力があれば2日で十分じゃろう。じゃがしおりの挿絵と文をどのような感じにするかはまだ考え中じゃのう。
Oh, I could come up with a lot of ideas. With Anisa's help, 2 days will be enough for our work. However, I'm still undecided as to the style of the reference book's text and illustrations. I guess we'll start with this one.
うむ、
Try to be
So
accurate and
nice.
detailed.
知識普及も飼育の一環じゃ。
You're right, explanations are a core part of early development
正
too.
確に詳しく書けば子供たちに仕掛けの知識をよりよく普及させられる。そうすればわしが学生を募集するのも容易になるはずじゃ。
By using detailed and accurate illustrations, we can impart knowledge more effectively. It would also make it easier for me to recruit
感謝
students.
する。参考にさせてもらうぞ。2日後にまた会おう。
Thank you, I'll take your opinion into account. See you in 2 days. I guess we're skipping 2 days ahead. Okay. Oh yeah, I got an achievement for answering that question correctly. Primo gems, please. Thank you. While we're waiting for 2 days to go by, speaking of Women's Day, does anyone else follow the account on Twitter? It's like a bot, and especially when like companies post about it being like Happy Women's Day or whatever, it'll tweet what the pay gap percentage is between men and women who work at the company. I love watching that, especially around now when it's Women's Day and they're all like, we value our women employees, and then the pay gap is like women are paid 20% less than men at this company, and then the company has to delete the tweets. It's so funny. Okay. Hello, I'm back.
おや、もう戻っていらっしゃったんですか？
Oh, you're here.
こちら
We're
は
just
ちょうど
starting to set up the
会場
venue.
設営の準備中ですよ。
今回はアジャンタ彫刻展が連れてこられそうな人たちはみんな連れてきました。きっと賑やかになりますよ。
We've called up everyone we possibly could have. This is going to be quite the event.
ふふん、何せわしの傑作が発表されるんじゃからのう。教令員の者がまだ文句を言えるものかどうか見てやろう。
My masterpiece is going to be exhibited after all. Let's see what the academia shall say about it this time. The grand and lively event gets underway.
要約すると台座装置の24種類のバリエーションは
Oh, well, if you're not on
そ
social
れぞれ
media,
の
that's
主
different.
要な遺跡で広く使われておるということじゃ。
To sum up, the 24 forms of pressure-based puzzle mechanisms were used in various
よ
ruins.
し、では次のページに移って元素石碑の基礎設計を説明するぞ。
Alright, let's get to the next page. Now, I'll explain the base layer design of elemental monuments. I feel like I'm in class.
まだ終わらないの？
Are we done yet? I'm falling asleep.
読めないし。
I don't understand any of it at all. And he's asleep.
こんなものたちが
Are these really
本当におも
toys?
ちゃといえ
子供を遊ばせ
They
る
sound
た
a
め
bit
に
too
購入
dangerous
し
to
た
buy
から
for children.
危ないかな。
Oh.
そのご来場の皆さんには
Well, I
使用用
prepared
紙も
paper
用意しております
prototypes for everyone. If you're interested in
Faruzan
the
先輩が
mechanisms
紹介
Madame
してくださった
Faruzan's talked
時に
about,
興味があれば
you're more than welcome to
ぜひ
try them
試して
out.
みてください
全然面白くないんだけど。
This is no fun. Can I try another
帰
toy?
って七星召喚をや
I
り
want
た
to
い
go
な
home and play Genius Invocation TCG. He's still asleep.
やっぱりやめておきましょう
Forget it. I don't think
誰
anyone
も
would be
興味を持って
interested.
いないようで
さっさと帰
I
って
should go home and
子
take
供
care
の
of my
面倒で
children.
見よ
What are your children doing right now then?
うん
The launch event ends on that note.
そんなアドバイスどころか残って試したいという人すらいないだなんて
How did this happen? Forget about getting opinions from others. No one even wanted to stay and try them out.
申し訳ありません。こちらの失策で
I'm
した。
sorry. I think we miscalculated. I must apologize too.
お前は意見を言ったまで採用したのはこのわしじゃ。アニスもあくまでもわしの意向に沿って行動してくれただけ。
No, you simply gave suggestions. I was the one who decided to follow through. Anis, too, was only following my
今回の
instructions.
損失はなんとか補ってみせる。時間をくれ。しおりを書き直そう。
I will find a way to make up for this error. Please give me some time. I will write another reference book.
その取り込み中のところすまないが、あんたがこの冊子の作者なのか？
Excuse me, but are you the one who wrote this reference book?
そうだが、お前は
Yes. Who are you?
あれあなたは先ほど人混みの中に立っていらっしゃった体の強そうなお方
You're that man mountain who was in the crowd just now.
俺ってそんなに目立ってたか？まあおもちゃと関わりがありそうな人間に見えないのは確かだろうが。
Do I stand out that much? Well, I guess I don't look like someone who would have anything to do with
自己
toys.
紹介させてくれ。俺はスメールの冒険者協会で支部長を務めるカマルだ。
Let me introduce myself. I'm Kamal, the branch master of Sumeru's Adventurers
冒
Guild.
険者協会の支部長がどうしてここに？私たちに何かご用でしょうか？
What's the branch master doing here? Were you looking for us, or did something
実は
happen?
旧友を訪ねて俺もスコーに来てたんだけどな。途中であんたらが配っていた冊子を見かけてちょっと寄ってみようと思ったんだ。
I came to Port Ormos to visit some old friends. On the way over, I saw that booklet you were all handing out, so I came to take a
その
look.
冊子を増刷して冒険者協会に売ってくれないか。それからさっきの紙切れも試作品を作れるんだったか。それもいくつか欲しいんだ。
Can you print a few more copies of this booklet and sell them to the Adventurers Guild? Also, could you make full-fledged models of those paper prototypes and sell them to us as well?
冒険者協会がこんなおもちゃを何に使うんですか
What does the Adventurers Guild want with these toys?
あんたらにはおもちゃのように見えるだろうが、遺跡とギミックを扱う冒険者たちにとってはこの冊子は宝物だぞ。
You may see them as toys, but adventurers who need to deal with all sorts of machines and contraptions within a But to adventurers who need to deal with all sorts of machines and contraptions within ancient ruins, this booklet is a true treasure.
うちの協会には本が苦手なメンバーが多くてな。ギミックの解き方ってのはほぼ口伝えでなきゃ伝わらないんだ。
We have many members who can't read, so books are of little use to them. What they know of handling mechanisms has been learned solely through word of mouth.
教令員が書籍を自由化したが、奥が深そうな本を読むなんてことは奴らにとっちゃやっぱり無理な話だ。
Even if the academia granted public access to all their books, there are people who can't use them.
このしおりほとんど絵ですものね。
And our booklet is practically all pictures.
何せ子供に見せるもんじゃからのう。
Well, it is designed for children.
子供にはちっと難しいかもしれんが、冒険者にとってはちょうどいい。あとはそっちの紙切れも、紙の私有品か。
It might be a bit difficult for children, but it's perfect for adventurers. Also, these paper strips, you call them paper
それを
prototypes?
木で作って実演すれば、 文字が読めない人でもなんとなく分かってくれそうだろう。
If you can make wooden versions for demonstration purposes, even the most illiterate person would be able to follow along and understand.
ゆくゆくは各拠点に模型を置き、冒険者全員に冊子を持ち歩かせる。そうなればもっと安全に遺跡を探検できるってわけだ。
If we can supply a model set for each branch, and if each adventurer carries a booklet with them, then ruin exploration will become much safer.
なるほどな。あはん。わしの言った通りじゃろ。正しい知識でさえあれば、将来いつか役に立つかもしれんとな。
You really think so? I mean, yes, I always knew it. Knowledge will always be needed one way or
冒
another.
険者協会にギミックの模型を作る。進める価値のあるビジネスのように聞こえますね。
Making models of contraptions for the Adventurers Guild? To be honest, that sounds like a good avenue to explore to me. Will there be any issue with the academia?
申請の再提出が必要かもしれませんけど、大した問題はないはずです。
We'll probably have to send in a separate application, but it shouldn't be an issue.
何しろ遺跡探索の安全問題も教練員が頭を抱えている議題の一つですから。
After all, this concerns safety during the exploration of ruins. It's a problem that the academia is actually trying to address as
なら
well.
早速最初の注文について話し合おうぜ。
There we go.
そうだな。うちが出せる予定の手付金は。
Then let's cut to the chase and discuss the details of our first order. The amount we're offering to pay in advance
この額
is
だ。
this much. Oh, she liked that. Right, sorry, I was trying to find that Twitter account while it was going, so I was kind of half paying attention. If you're interested, it's the Gender Pay Gap bot. It's at Pay Gap App, so PAYGAPAPP, and it automatically retweets like Women's Day tweets and things like that, and it says what the pay gap is. So, for example, the one I'm looking at. It says, in this organization, they posted International Women's Day, #embrace equity. And then it says, in this organization, women's median hourly pay is 60.3% lower than men's. The pay gap is 0.7 percentage points smaller than previous years. Wow. That's huge. Like, it's not even normally that big, even for this account. But yeah, that's the idea, and it's kind of funny. Interesting and funny. But not in the haha funny way. Okay. I'm done talking about that. Let's do the last one. Okay. Oh, I have to go down here again. Why would you make me do that, huh? Okay.
では、わしはこの辺りで。時間があれば、ディナリ
Yep,
と
yep,
コ
yep.
レイによろしく。
I guess I'll ask this one first. That's why I'm unwilling to join them, yes?
一部のうぬぼれたやつを除けば、奴らの研究方法や内容には特に文句はないのじゃ。
Putting aside the fact that they're too full of themselves, I actually have no issue with their research methodologies and
知
approach.
識そのものに正誤はあっても非戦はない。学者たちはみんな基地の領域の中で未知なる領域へと向かって片隅を掘り起こそうと全力を尽くしておるのじゃ。
After all, knowledge is either right. After all, knowledge is either right or wrong. Superiority and inferiority do not come into the conversation. All researchers are just doing their best to shed light on the unknown in their respective fields of expertise.
どの方向に向かって掘り起こされた端っこだろうと、すべての学者にとってそれは前進の一歩じゃ。
No matter what corner of the unknown they shed light on, is a step forward for us all. Then why do you refuse to join
今
them?
言ったことはわしにとっても同じじゃからの。
Because I believe wholeheartedly in that principle.
たとえ今わしの研究が役立たずと言われていても、正しい知識でさえあれば将来いつか役に立つかもしれん。それは誰にもわからんことじゃろ。
Even if others call my research useless, as long as the knowledge I gain from it is accurate, it could become useful in the future.
そもそも役に立つ役に立たないという概念で知識を評価すべきではないんじゃ。
In the end, useful and useless are concepts that shouldn't be used to evaluate
わ
knowledge.
しが古代文字を解
I
読
agree.
していた時にしたって、それが後の妙論派にとってこれほど役に立つものとは思っとらんかった。
When I first started deciphering ancient documents, I didn't think about how it'd be useful to Kashara
じ
War.
ゃからクシャレワー学院に移って役に立つ研究などをする必要もないんじゃ。シロン派に残った方がわしが使う研究材料もより簡単に手に入るしの。
That's why there's no need for me to join them to do useful research. I'd rather stay in Haravatat. It's much more convenient for me to access the materials I need to do research here.
まあ妙論派が提示してくれた経費の額はシロン派ではなかなか手に入らんのじゃがな。
Still, the funding that Kashara War has offered to me is so hard to get in
そう
Haravatat.
いえば、もし今回の共同研究がうまくいけば、わしはシロン派を避けつつも直接教令院に経費を申請することができるのではないか。
Perhaps if this collaborative project goes smoothly, I can even ignore Haravatat and ask for a higher budget directly from the academia. About the collaborative
思い
project.
つくことは確かにたくさんある。
Oh, okay, she says the same thing then. Try to keep it simple and fun.
そうじゃな。しおりの内容を理解できる者が誰もいなければ、
You're right. If no one understands the reference book, it doesn't matter how detailed it is.
簡単に面白く書けば、子供たちに仕掛けの知識をよりよく普及させられる。そうすれば、わしが学生を募集するのも容易になるはずじゃ。
It's better to make it simpler and fun so that children will be interested in the subject. It'll also make it easier for me to recruit students in the long
感
run.
謝する。参考にさせてもらうぞ。
Thank you. I'll take your opinion into account. See you in 2 days. Okay, I'll see you in 2 days. Oop. Meow. We'll make it daytime though. I need a drink. Faruzan talks too much. And we're not even done with quests because we're gonna do, or at least start Dehya's story quest after this. I don't know how long hers will be. So, we will see. I should be able to finish it in a stream, but we'll see. Alright. I'm going. I'm here. You're probably just gonna say the same stuff, so I'll skip it.
今回は
Okay, the grand and lively event gets underway.
そんなわけで、
And if we activate this little mechanism, just like that,
杖の先から
a Sumeru rose will appear at the top of the cane.
そうだったのか。
Oh, I see.
何もないところから出てきた
I
と思
thought
った
it came out of thin air. It's amazing.
もっと大きい
If the mechanism was bigger, you could make a rabbit appear, right?
それだったら杖じゃなく
Then
て
you can't use a cane. Could you
もう
switch
一
it
つ
out with a
使った
hat or
方が
something?
いいんじゃない？
一つのことから類推して
You're applying what you learned
他のことを
creatively.
知ろう
Not
とする
bad.
悪くそれでは次のページに移ろう。この折り方で鳥を作ればより安定して遠くまで飛ばせられるんじゃ。
Let's look at the next page. If you fold an origami bird like this, it'll fly further and more stably.
でもギミックを作れるんだ。
Whoa, you can make a mechanism using just a piece of paper?
仕掛けの裏にある法則はそれを形作っている部品よりももっと重要
The
なこと
principles
な
at
んだ
play are
ぞ。
even more important than the parts that make up a mechanism.
いいですね。私も遊びたくなってきました。
These are pretty cool. I'm tempted to try them out.
おもちゃにはさほど興味がないけど、子供の成長に役に立ってくれるなら。
I'm not that interested in toys, but if they'll be beneficial for children's
ご
development,
来場の皆さん、ここには私有用の紙や制作の材料もありますから、ぜひ試してみてください。
everyone, we have paper prototypes and craft materials that you can use to make your own toys. Come try them
こ
out.
こまで用意したんですか。じゃあ今すぐ試してみます。
This is such a well-prepared event. I'll give it a go.
おじいさん、僕たちのおもちゃがなくな
But
る
we
じ
want
ゃ
to
ん。
play
大
too.
丈夫ですよ。いっぱい用意してるんですから。皆さんもぜひ。
It's fine. We have a lot of
見て
paper
みてください
prototypes and craft materials. All feedback is also welcomed. The popular and lively event continues.
今度は俺の鳥が一番飛んだぞ。
Oh, my origami bird flew farther this time.
ファルザン先生、紙の鳥をキャシトのより遠くに飛ばす方法はないの？
Professor Faruzan, how can I make mine fly farther?
まずは先輩と呼ぶんじゃ。先生と呼んでくれるのはもう少し先でもいいからの。
Just madam will do. Maybe in the future you may indeed get the chance to call me
こ
professor.
ことここ、このいくつかに細かく気を配るんじゃ。こ
You
う
may wish
して
to pay attention to these few details.
試してみるがよい。
Here, for example. Alright, try it again.
本当にもっと飛んだ。
Wow, it really did fly
パルザ
farther.
ン先輩、教練院では紙の折り方を教えてくれるの？
Madam Faruzan, will we learn origami at the
も
academia?
ちろんじゃ。学者になれば知りたい知識を心ゆくまで探求することができるぞ。
Of course you will. It will be if you become a researcher, you can explore any fields you like to your heart's content.
その時、もしお前たちが希望するなら、
In the future, if you want to even be if you want, you can even become one of my
でも
students.
お父さんとお母さんから聞いたけど、教練院には6ついや
But Mom and Dad said that there are 6 darshans in the
違う
academia.
学院がある
Wait,
でしょ？
was it 7?
どの学院に入ればこのような知識を学べるのかしら？
Which darshan teaches about mechanisms and origami?
紙の鳥の折り方とか。
Well, in that case, it wouldn't be Haravata.
ハルバタット学院ではないと思うが、
俺聞いたことあるぞ。妙論派のクシャレワー学院に入ればいいんだ。
I know, we need to choose Kasharawar. Huh?
将来俺は妙論派に入ってもっとすごい紙の鳥を作るんだ。
I want to attend Kasharawar in the future and fold even better origami birds.
僕はもっとすごいギミックを作りたい。
I want to make even more awesome mechanisms.
妙論派以外の学院にもそれぞれの得意分野があるんじゃぞ。
Actually, the other darshans do have their own specialties too. For example, Haravata specializes in. Pay attention, children. Children! Looks like these early learning toys are a success.
なぜこん
How
な
did
こと
this happen?
もし自分が好きでもない学院に入ったら、
What if we end up in a darshan we don't like?
学べなくなるんじゃないの？
Does that mean that we won't get to learn about the things we do like?
そんなことはないぞ。ほれ、わしは知論派の学者じゃ
No,
が
that won't
ギ
happen.
ミック術のこともたく
Take
さん
me,
知って
for
おるぞ。
example. I'm a researcher from Haravatat, but I research mechanisms, see?
学者が知識の追求を制限できるのは本人の心の中にある限界だけじゃ。お前にはわかるか？
The only person able to restrict your curiosity as a researcher is you. Do you understand what I'm saying?
よくわからない。
Not really.
気にするな。さて、まだ時間があるが、仕掛けについてもっと聞きたいか？
It's alright. You still have a long road ahead of you. Now, do you want to learn about some other machines?
もう一つ教えてやろう。台座装置と元素石碑に関するお話じゃ。
Let me tell you about pressure-based mechanisms and elemental monuments. Nice. Oh, this one's a cute picture. I like it. Alright. Oh, I got an achievement for what? Oh. Oh, get all of the... I got all the endings. Let me collect my prize. And then... we can do this. Oh, return to the quest screen. Go to the Grand Bazaar. Now we gotta go all the way back over there. Okay. I'm coming. Hold on. Oh, that was fast. Whoops. Whoops. Yeah, let's use fire in a place that's predominantly made out of a tree. That sounds like it's safe. Okay. We're going.
前に立てたプランでは、あとは何を買うんだっけか？
Paimon's trying to remember. What else did we put on our shopping list?
いい匂いだな。獣肉のビリヤニだ。ちょっと買っていこうぜ。
Oh, what a mouth-watering smell. Paimon would know the aroma of biryani anywhere. Let's go get some. That wasn't on our list, was it?
じゃあ今追加するぞ。
We can still add it to the list.
旅人とパイモンじゃないか。まさかこんなところで
Ooh,
会
the
えるなん
ladies
て
are
な。
together again. Well, if it isn't Traveler and Paimon, wasn't expecting to see you
こんに
here.
ちは。久しぶりだね。
Hello there, it's been quite a while.
またお前たち二人組か。リシア、お前って砂漠に戻ったんじゃなかったか？
Ah, so you two are still hanging out together. Dehya, didn't you say the last time that you were gonna head back to the desert?
ボディーガードの仕事を辞めただけで喧嘩したってわけじゃないんだぜ。
Best friends, huh?
ドニャーザードとはいい
Is
友
that
達
what
だ
you're
から
calling
な。
it? Alright. Haha, I said I was going to resign from being her bodyguard. Not that our friendship was over. We're still the best of
ルー
friends.
マ駅はまだ人手を募集してるし、報酬も手厚い。私にしたって仲間たちにしたって断る理由はないだろ。
The Homayanis also still post jobs from time to time. Their pay is always generous, so me and the other mercs never pass them up.
ここ数日リシアはうちの仕事を引き受けてくれてたの。だからそのままうちに泊まってもらってるのよ。
I told Dehya to just stay at our place when she took one of those jobs a few days
お
ago.
父様もお母様もとても喜んでるわ。前にリシアがいなかった時なんかまるで家族がいなくなったようだ。
My parents were
なんて
delighted.
言ってたもの。
They even said that it always felt like we were missing someone whenever Dehya wasn't around.
そりゃ大げさすぎますよ。旦那様と奥様はいつも本当に親切で。
Ugh, that sounds like something they would say, alright. They're always so
仕
welcoming.
事は終わったし、ちょっと買い物したら旅団に戻る予定だったんだけどさ。旦那様がどうしてもあと一泊していってほしいとおっしゃって。
Anyway, the job is already taken care of, so I was just gonna head back to the brigade as soon as I finished a little shopping. But the master kept insisting, and I ended up staying for another day.
もう2、3日泊まっていったっていいじゃないの。お父様がまだリシアに得意料理を振る舞ってないわ。
You can stay for as many days as you want, Dehya. Father hasn't even gotten around to treating you to his best dishes yet.
私が暇に耐えられない人間だってお嬢様は知ってるでしょうが。気にすんなって。また機会はあるからさ。
You know I'm not the kind of person to stay in one place like that, my lady. Don't worry, though. There'll always be a next time.
お前はすごいな。得意料理って聞いてもちっとも動揺してないぞ。
But she said they'll treat you to the best dishes. Paimon can't believe you can still refuse that.
そうだ。前に今度砂漠に連れて行ってくれるって約束したでしょ。今日出発するのはどう？
Ah, but wait, didn't you say last time that you would take me on a trip to the desert? Why don't you just take me with you today when you
まだ見
leave?
ていないところがたくさんあるの。
There are so many places I still haven't visited yet.
申し訳ないが、今日はまだダメだ。旅団には処理しなきゃならないことも残ってるし、最近は砂漠の方も物騒だしな。
I'm sorry, my lady, but no can do. There are still a few things I need to take care of back at the brigade. Besides, the desert hasn't exactly been the most peaceful place lately.
今日も先延ばしにする気ね。前回もそうだったわ。前々回も。
Oh, come on, not this again. That's also what you said last time and the time before that.
ごめんごめん。もうちょっと時間をくださいよ。ちゃんと手配しておくから。
I know, I'm sorry. Just give me some more time and I promise I'll plan the best trip ever for
わ
you.
かったわ。でも単なるわがままじゃないのよ。実はその ある種の勘みたいなものというか。
Alright, fine. To be perfectly honest, it's not that I wanted to go. It's more like I feel like something is off about you lately.
今回うちに来てくれた時からリシアが妙に焦っていて落ち着かない様子でいること、私気づいてるの。
Ever since you set foot in the estate a few days ago, you've been acting anxious and even
何
paranoid.
か困ったことがあって、それで私たちの約束を何度も先延ばしにしてるの。
Have you been delaying our trip because you've run into some kind of
いや
trouble?
いや、お嬢様の考えすぎですよ。
No, are you kidding? You're worrying too much.
それじゃあ約束できる？友達っていうのはお互いに嘘をついてはいけないのよ。
Would you swear on that? Friends shouldn't lie to each other, you
私
know.
はこれ以上聞かないことにするわ。
I won't pry any further if you're willing to swear on what you just
で
said.
も、もし本当に何かあるならちゃんと私に教えて。なんとか
But if
して。
something really is bothering you, then just tell me. I'll help you however I can. Ooh, I can't seem to read right now.
ドニアザードの言う通りなんじゃないのか？
Oh, looks like Dunyarzad was onto something.
お嬢様と来たら全く手に負えないぜ。
You're too perceptive, my lady.
あんたには隠し通せないみたいだ。
seems I can't hide anything from you.
傭兵界隈のことなんかお嬢様は知る必要がないと思ってた。知ってもいいことはないからな。
I just thought that nothing good could come out of telling you about the messy happenings of mercenaries. Knowing too much only leads to more trouble.
リスクを避けて利を取る弱肉強食の世界。こことはだいぶ違うんだ。
Mercenary life is a dog-eat-dog world where Mora reigns supreme. Everything operates on a completely different set of rules.
でも私たちは親友でしょ。リシアの悩みがわからなかったらサポートしたり手助
That
けし
sounds
た
like
りでき
something
ないじゃない。
like a romantic partner would say. That doesn't change anything about what I just said, though. We're still friends, and I can only support you if I understand what's bothering
お
you.
嬢様、そこまでこだわる必要なんかないでしょうに。
My lady, you're not going to stop until you drag it out of me, are ya?
本当に参ったな。じゃあ場所を変えよう。ここはあまり良くない。
All right, I'll share what I know. Let's go somewhere else first. This isn't exactly the best place for a discussion.
こ
Us
こに
two?
しよう。なるべく人目を引かないように。
Okay, let's talk here. Just try not to draw any extra
エル
attention.
マイト旅団はかなり人が多いし、構成も複雑だ。私みたいにモラを稼ぐためにあちこちで仕事を探している傭兵がそこら中にいる。
As you may already know, the Eremites have both a lot of mercenaries and a complex organizational structure. Many mercs are no different than me, just going around looking for jobs to earn some mora.
私のいる旅団は至高の猟銃って名前で規模は大きくない。
My brigade is called the
う
Blazing
ちが受
Peace.
け入れてるのはみんな気骨のある切りがたい連中ばかりだ。
We're not a large group, but every member is loyal and brave.
けどな、モラのためなら道徳だってきれいさっぱり捨てられるような旅団もある。中でも一番悪名高いのは親王のレリクスって旅団だ。
However, not all Eremite brigades are like mine. Some are willing to cross all kinds of lines for the sake of Mora. The most notorious is a faction known as Deshret's Relics.
親王？エルマイト旅団のやつらにとっての神様で王様って言えば
Deshret's Relics? Judging from the name, they must really look up to
そう、
King Deshret's.
あん
King
たらは
Deshret.
アフマルの目とやり合ったことがあるって聞いた。あいつらは親王のレリクスに付属する旅団の一つだ。
Yep, you got it. I've heard that you've already crossed paths with Ain al-Amar. They're one of the groups under the Relics banner.
神の缶詰知識を売ってたあの旅団だな。確かにいいやつらとは思えなかったけど。
You mean the group that tried to sell us the Divine Knowledge Capsule? Yeah, they weren't friendly at all.
親王のレリクスはいくつもの似たような旅団で構成されてて、本部が上から下までを全部管理してる。
Deshret's Relics is composed of many smaller brigades like Ain al-Amar. The Relics headquarters issues orders to all brigades under its control.
本来なら奴らとは一切関わりたくないところだが、今回騒ぎを引き起こしたのはアフマルのヒゲって旅団なんだ。
On any other day, I would want nothing to do with them. Unfortunately, though, the brigade that's stirring up trouble now is none other than Dakan al-Amar.
あ
Dakan?
ひげ
アゴヒゲのことだよ。多分な。バカな名前だってことは言わなくても分かってるぜ。私も昔から大嫌いだからな。
It means beard or something. Believe me, it's a really stupid name. I've found it inseparable for years.
だが要点は、それがクセラ。
Oh.
親父の旅団ってことだ。
Anyway, the real issue is that Dakan al-Amar is led by my father, Kusela? Kusela. Say what now?
言いにくかったわけは少し分かってきたわ。でも彼らが一体何をしたの？
I think I'm starting to understand your anxiety now, but what did they
詳
do?
しいことはやっぱり言わないでおくよ、お嬢様。とにかく、奴らはかなり多くの暴力沙汰を起こした。100件以上か。
I won't go into details, my lady, but they've been involved in a lot of violent incidents. We're talking hundreds.
そんなにたくさん？
Hundreds?
ああ、それに現場の状況もかなり凄惨だ。奴らは金品を全部奪った後、口封じに人を殺すんだ。
Yep, the scenes tend to be quite gruesome too. They strip the victims of all their valuables before
被
murdering
害
them.
者はキャラバンや一般人にとどまらず他の傭兵団にまで及んでる。
Not only have they targeted merchant caravans and ordinary citizens, but other mercenary brigades as well.
敵と味方の区別すらしてないのね。モラルがないにも程があるわ。
That's beyond terrible. They won't even spare their own
この
kind.
件に関して親王のレリクスの内部がどういう態度でいるのかはわからないが、ここ数年奴らはますます大胆になってきてる。
I don't know how Deshret's Relics sees it. All I know is that Dakan Alamar has become more and more aggressive over the last
こ
few
の
years.
まま見て見ぬふりをしていれば、私の旅団も R 村の人たちもいずれは奴らに狙われるかもしれない。
If I don't do something about them, then even my brigade or the people of Aru village could become their next target.
親父のやつ、ここ数年一体何考えてんだ。
I just wish I knew what's driven him to do
お
this.
前の親父ってそんなに恐ろしいやつなのか？
Yeah, how can your father do such terrible things?
人は変わるもんさ。記憶じゃ前からろくでなしではあったけど、一線を越えるようなことはしなかった。
I don't know, people change. He's always been pretty pathetic, but at least in the past, there were still a few lines that he wouldn't
高
cross.
い評価とは言えないみたいだな。
That's setting the bar pretty low.
そうじゃなきゃ、アフマルのヒゲを出て、親父と関係を断つわけがないだろ。
I mean, if he was even remotely decent, then why would I have to leave the brigade and cut all ties with him?
親父は大雑把ですごく騒がしくて適当なやつだ。毎日毎日まともなこともせずに酒を浴びるほど飲んで、それにスケベだった。
He was loud and foolish, with no real sense of purpose. Instead of doing anything useful, he spent most of his time drinking and chasing after
旅
women.
団の船員たちと一緒になってよく一晩中はしゃいでたよ。
Of course, the other brigade members were just like him. Their ruckus would go on night after
う
night.
わ、悪夢みたいだな。
Sounds like a nightmare.
お母様は彼らを止めないの？
What about your mother? Did she ever step in to stop
残
them?
念だけど、母親が誰なのか私は知らないんだ。
Unfortunately, I never knew my mother.
ごめんなさいデシャ。私そんなつもりじゃ。
I'm sorry, Dehya. I didn't
気
know.
にしなくていいさ、お嬢様。傭兵には私みたいなやつが多いんだ。親父がスケベだって言ったろ。
It's
私は
alright,
そう
my
やって
lady.
生まれたのさ。
That's pretty common in mercenary circles. Didn't I mention that my father was chasing after women? I was the result of one of those encounters with some random
親
person.
父も私の母親が誰なのかわからないと言った。母親も私に会いに来たことは一度もなかった。
He told me that he wasn't sure who my mother was, and in any case, she never came to
親
see
父
me.
はいつも父さんがいれば大丈夫だなんて言ってたが、ほとんどのことは旅団のみんなに任せて、親父は物語を語ってくれる程度だった。
He'd say, "You'll be fine as long as you remember to stick with Dad," but even then, he left most of the parenting to the brigade. The one thing I do remember is that he used to tell me
でも
stories.
親父はセンスが本当になくて、物語のレパートリーは少ないわ。古くて時代遅れのものばっかりだわでさ。
But the problem was that he had terrible taste. He only knew a few stories, and even those tended to
砂
be
上
pretty
の勇
stale.
者が森にいる巨竜を倒したとか、傭兵があらゆる困難を乗り越えて反乱軍から姫を救い出したとか。
They were tales of desert warriors defeating dragons in the forest, or stories of mercenaries rescuing princesses from rebel
ど
armies.
れもありきたりな童話だな。
Sounds like your typical fairy tales.
1回や2回ならまだ新鮮に感じられるかもしれないが、10回目や20回目にはもう聞き飽きてたよ。
More or less, yeah. They were interesting maybe the first or second time around, but after 20 repeats, they started getting
で
a
も
little
親
dull.
父は飽きもせず、むしろどんどん夢中になって、旅団にいる仲間たちまで呼んで芝居をさせたりしてた。
He seemed to think those stories were the best thing ever, though. He was so into them that he'd call the whole brigade over and make them perform the whole thing as a play.
用意してくれるおもちゃも物語の中の道具とか鎧とか、それに盾、 それからおもちゃの剣ばっかり。
Even the toys he gave me were. Oof, even the toys he gave me would all be story props. I'd get helmets, shields, and swords.
後になってようやく分かったよ。親父は私のために物語を語ってたんじゃなくて、あいつ自身がそうやって遊ぶのが好きだったんだってな。
It was only much later when I realized that the shows were more for him than they ever were for me.
変なやつだな。
What an interesting guy. That doesn't sound like he had all bad
まあ
intentions.
な、子供の頃は幼稚な人だとは思ってたが、どうしようもないやつだって思ったくらいで、嫌いとまでは言えなかった。
Yeah, I've always found him pretty childish, but that was something I could just shrug off. I had no reason to despise
で
him.
も大人になってから親王のレリクスのしてきたことをたまたま知ったんだ。
Until I grew up and learned the true face of Deshret's relics for
略
myself.
奪、脅迫、暴力、詐欺、そんな全ての悪行が組織の中で自慢の種になってるなんて思いもしなかった。
Looting, blackmail, violence, and fraud. They not only accepted such heinous acts, but they would openly boast about them.
親父や旅団のやつらは英雄なんかじゃなくて、物語の中じゃ倒されるべき悪人だったんだ。
No one in the brigade was any kind of hero. Instead, my father and his cronies were more like the bad guys that needed to be taken down.
まさか見せさえしなければ、私が永遠にわからないとでも思ってたのか。
Did they really think that as long as they didn't do any of that stuff right in front of me, I would never
あ
know?
なたの気持ちわかるような気がするわ。現実との落差を感じてしまったのね。
I think I can understand your feelings. The difference between perception and reality must have hit hard.
そうだな。でも大丈夫さ、お嬢様。もう過去のことだからな。親父と大喧嘩した後は私が出て行って、それ以来一度も戻ってない。
Yeah, but don't worry, my lady. It's all water under the bridge for me now. I had a huge argument with my father and left that place behind for good.
今回調査に関わることにしたのも、親父に何か感情を抱いてるからじゃない。単に周りの人を守りたいだけだ。
I'm not investigating them due to any bitter feelings I still have towards my father. I just want to protect those that are close to me. You just want to find out why they are suddenly starting to cause so much more trouble.
仲間たちがいろんなところから情報を集めてる。報告のほとんどは暴力沙汰だが、違法取引に関するものもある。
Yeah, I told the boys to gather as much information as they could. Most of the reports concern violent incidents, but there's also some talk of smuggling.
そうなのね。でもそれってとても危険なんでしょ？
I see, but isn't this investigation incredibly
Ah, no.
dangerous?
でも傭兵の一生は常に危険と隣り合わせさ。私はこういう生き方を楽しんでるぜ。
It is, but every mercenary lives life on the edge. It's a lifestyle that I
で
enjoy.
もあなたのことを大切に思っている人にとってそれはとても重い負担になるわ。
That may be true, but it'll be impossible for those who care about you not to worry.
だからあんたに言うつもりはなかったんですよ、お嬢様。
Well, now you get why I didn't want to share any of this with you.
どうしよう。二人とも一理あるぞ。
What should we do? They both have valid concerns. I'll go back to the desert with Dehya.
え？あんたまで巻き込まれる必要はないだろう。
Huh? But there's no need for you to get caught up in this mess
こ
too.
いつはすごいんだぞ、ドニャザード。こいつとディシアが手を組めば、こんなことはパッと解決だ。
Well, she's super tough, so if she went to the desert with you, then Paimon bets the problem would be solved in no time.
うん、わかった。彼女がいてくれれば確かに安心できるわ。
I'm inclined to agree. I feel a lot more at ease if you took her along to help. You can count on me.
じゃあ私はシティであなたたちからの情報を待っているわ。どうか無事でいてね。
I'll wait for news from you in the city until then. Please stay safe.
心配してくれてありがとな、お嬢様。
I'm honored that you care so much for me, my lady.
それじゃあ出発しよう。まずはキャラバン宿駅に行って 至高の領獣へ。私の仲間たちに会いに行こう。
Alright, then let's get moving. Our first stop will be Caravan Rabat, where we can catch up with my fellow mercs. Alright, let's go. Lion's Blood. Mantichora Chapter, Act 1. Oh, let me deal with these alerts because they're bugging me. Hang on. Is this just because I have to do today's games? Yeah. If I click on it, will it at least go away for now? I'll do it later, but... I hate seeing the red exclamation point. Bothers me. Okay. We are going here to Caravan Rabat. Go. I need water again. I'm running out though. Might have to get some more soon. It shouldn't take too long since we're still in Samaru. See, there it goes. No problem. Whoops, there I go again. Trying to light stuff on fire.
Oh, Dehya, 戻ってきたか。この二人は君の友達か?
Hey Dehya, you're back. Are these two friends of yours? It's a pleasure to meet you. I trust Dehya with my life.
なら俺たちと一緒だな。
I would. Oh, so you've already become like one of us then. That's good to know.
新しい奴らもいることだし、俺からアフマルのヒゲについて簡単に説明させてもらうよ。
Anyway, since you've got a newcomer, let me fill you in on what Doc and Alamar has been up to lately.
奴らはやり方を選ばず、自分の仲間たちを直接モラを巻き上げるターゲットにしてる。
They've become extremely aggressive. Apparently, even their own now have become acceptable targets.
それも普通の傭兵団だけじゃない。同じ神王のレリクスに属する旅団も奴らに襲われる。
They even attack other relics brigades just the same as any other mercenary
凶
brigade.
暴で残酷な獣でさえ己の血肉と群れを守るのにあいつらは全然気にしちゃいない。
Even the most ferocious beasts still protect their own. It sounds like they've thrown that straight to the wind.
そう、傭兵から価値のあるものを奪ったら、奴らは他の旅団や闇市の商人にそれを転売する。
That's right. Once they've collected enough loot off the other mercenaries, they sell it off to a different brigade or turn to merchants on the black market.
一部のモラは食料や武器と交換され、すぐに次の暴力行為に使われる。
A portion of their profits is immediately exchanged for more food and weaponry to be used in their next violent operation.
ひどすぎるだろう。
That's terrible.
ああ、だから俺たちも気になってるところなんだ。奴らがこんなにモラを渇望している理
Are they in debt to
由は
someone?
何なのかってことがな。
Yeah, and it really makes you wonder why they're so desperate for Mora.
この前、ヒシャムと一緒に奴らをつけ、商人に化けて奴らとやり取りした。そしたら、案の定とんでもないことが分かったよ。
A few days ago, Hisham and I trailed them for a while and even disguised ourselves as merchants to conduct trade with them. We were able to learn a few things from the exchange.
財物を奪うというよりは、内輪もめだな、あれは。
Rather than saying they're out to plunder and hoard Mora, it'd probably be more accurate to say that they're experiencing an internal power struggle.
待て、内輪もめだって。
Wait, a power struggle?
そうだ。被害者の中で、神王のレリクスに属する旅団の比率がとても高いんだ。
You heard me right. The vast majority of their victims are mercenaries from other brigades of Deshret's relics.
単にモラ目当てなら、相手は誰でもいいわけで、こんな風に明確な目標を狙う理由はないはずだ。でも、内輪もめだと解釈すれば、辻褄が合う。
If their only goal was Mora, they could have gone after anybody. The targeted nature of their attacks points to a power struggle between the different brigades within the relics. That's the only plausible explanation we
まあ
have.
残念ながら、奴らは口がとても硬くてね。これ以上の情報は得られなかった。
Unfortunately, we weren't able to find out anything more specific. It seems they're also trying to keep things under wraps.
ただ、アフマルのヒゲが活発に動いてたここ数年で、神王のレリクスの勢力はどんどんそがれていってるそうだ。
One last thing we discovered was that over the past few years, as Doc and Alamar became more and more active, Deshret's relics as a whole became a lot weaker. They were able to cause so much damage, that somehow makes things even more confusing.
確かにおかしい。こっからの調査は私たちに任せろ。
Sounds mighty strange to me too. Haroon, you can leave the rest of the investigation to us.
でも私がいなかったこの数日間のうちにあんたらが直接話を聞き出しに行ってたなんてな。あまりにも危険すぎやしないか？
Gotta say though, I didn't expect you to go on a whole undercover mission during the few days I was gone. Sounds like you were really putting your necks on the line, no?
まあ気にするな。これは君の親父さんの旅団だろ。俺たちは君よりも心配してるのさ。
Nah, it was nothing. We're just as concerned about the situation as you are. Dak and Alamar is your father's crew after all.
そう。それにあんたがしてきた危険なことの方がよっぽど多いだろう。あんたに比べれば俺たちのしたことなんか大したことじゃないって。
What he said. Besides, Dehya, haven't you done more dangerous things than all of us combined? What we did is nothing compared to your experience.
2人が取引に出かけている間に俺は被害者の拠点を確認しに行った。
Yeah, and while they went to talk with Doc and Alamar, I took a look at the last camp they attacked.
生存者はおらず、生き残った者はみんな逃げた後だった。拠点に価値のあるものは何も残っていない。
Any survivors of the attack were already long gone. There was nothing of value left in the camp.
シャム、ハラフ、あんたたちも来たのか。
Now that we know you'll have a capable partner with you, we can also rest easy. Hey, what about Paimon? Feel anything special?
あんたも一緒に行くのか？
Oh, you're also planning to tag along with them?
もちろんだぞ。オイラはこいつの一番大切なガイドなんだからな。こいつがどこに行こうが、オイラはついていくぞ。
Of course, Paimon is the traveler's most important guide. Wherever she goes, Paimon will follow.
それじゃあディシア、彼女の面倒をよく見てやれよね。
Oh, in that case, then you'd better take care of her too, Dehya.
オイラのことをバカにしてるのか？
Don't underestimate Paimon.
こう見えてもこいつは今まで数々の危険な場所に行って最後にはいつも無事でいたんだぜ。
Don't worry about her. She may look tiny and helpless, but she's been through just as many battles as the traveler
たと
here.
え偶然だったとしてもここまで偶然が積み重なれば相当なもんだって言えるだろう。
Even if she had only survived on sheer luck, then that alone would still make her quite formidable.
そうだったのか。俺としたことが見た目で人を判断してしまったな。
I had no idea. I guess I shouldn't judge it by appearances.
そうだ、リシア。時間があったらお前のスケジュールを副団長に教えてやれ。
Oh, one other thing, Dehya. When you're free, why don't you update the deputy about your upcoming schedule?
この間の新人募集の時、みんな資料の獅子の名前目当てにやってきたのに、ちょうどお前が留守でここにいたのは男ばっかりだった。
We held another recruitment event a few days ago, but everyone only came to see the Flame Main. You weren't around at the time, so people were pretty disappointed to only find our crew of rough, unkept guys.
副団長はあちこち駆け回ったんだが、結果は芳しくなくて、残ってくれる奴はあまりいなかった。
The deputy put a lot of effort into the event, but it was basically for nothing. Only a few people chose to stay, and that really got to him.
悪い悪い。またいい酒でも何本か持っていくよ。こないだは急いでたから、わざわざ帰ってくるのも面倒でさ。
Sorry to hear that. I'll be sure to bring him some great liquor next time. I left in a hurry, and I couldn't make it back in time for the event.
そいつらの選択は正しいと思うぜ。リシアがいなけりゃ確かにここは魅力的な場所じゃないもんな。
Gotta admit, I can understand their disappointment, though. You're the brigade's main selling point, after
副
all.
団長が何とかして何人かイケメンや美人さんを捕まえてきてくれたらよかったんだ
Now,
け
if only the
ど。
deputy could figure out a way to bring a few more smoking hot members into our ranks. Maybe if you didn't call them smoking
よ
hot.
せよ。 前に女性の傭兵を2人呼んできた時なんか、あんたらどいつもこいつも冬瓜みたいに座ったままで息もできなくなってただろう。
Oops. Ha, keep dreaming. Remember the last time I invited a couple of gals into the brigade? You all just froze up with your mouths gaping like a bunch of scarecrows.
本当に不気味な沈黙だったぜ。彼女たちは入団するつもりだったのに、あの食事の後は怖がって逃げちまってさ。
The awkward silence and weird expressions left quite the impression on them. They were originally interested in joining us, but after that, they both told me that they were too uncomfortable to stick around.
そんなことはもういいだろ。
Hey, didn't we agree to never bring that up again?
こんなことがあったのか？俺は知らないが。
Huh? Wait, are you serious? Why have I never heard about
あの
this?
時君はいなかっただろう。
I don't think you were part of the brigade
い
yet.
なかっただと？こんな千載一遇のいい時を逃してしまった上に、お前らは誰もこのことを教えてくれなかったのか？
Are you kidding me? I missed a once in a lifetime moment like that and you weren't even gonna tell me?
ああまあわかったって。後で教えるから暴れるな。
Alright, we can tell you about it later. Now's not the
い
time.
や、ごまかせると思うなよ。それにヒシャム、お前もだ。早く来い、詳しく教えろ。
The time on my stream manager and the time in Streamlabs is conflicting again. So if I disconnected for some reason, I'm very sorry. I don't know why that would happen. Hey, don't you try to change the subject. You and Hisham, get your butts over here and tell me everything right now. And they're gone. Are they always like this?
そうだ。
More or less.
傭兵の間には細かいルールなんかないのさ。思いついたことは何でも言う。
There aren't many rules or graces when it comes to mercenaries. We're just used to speaking our minds.
もし切れるようなことがあれば、罵ってやればいい。それでも気が済まねえなら、直接手を出したっていいぜ。
If someone starts getting under your skin, you can just yell right back at them. If that doesn't put an end to it, then you can just challenge them to a fight.
みんなそんなこと気にも留めないから、
Oh, there they
す
go.
ぐ過ぎ去っていく。不満を表に出せず、永遠に交流を断ち切っちまうよりはマシだろ。
But we also don't tend to take many things seriously. Being direct and getting it all out of your system as soon as things come up is better than keeping everything bottled up and never talking
だか
about
ら
it.
あいつらと話してるときは、私も手加減しないんだ。笑うべきときは笑って、罵るべきときは罵る。
That's also why I never spare their feelings when I
すっ
talk
ご
to
く気
them.
持ちいいぜ。風魔池にいるときは、そんなことできないけどな。
If you want to laugh, I'll laugh. If I'm angry, then I'll unload on them. It's hard to stop once you get used to it, though I can never do that. Oof. Though I can never do that when I'm with the Homoyanis.
おい、あんたら。喧嘩は後にして、まずは情報をくれ。
Hey, knuckleheads, can you at least tell me the rest of the intel before you go back to
聞
bickering?
いてるのかハラフ。先に仕事を済ませろ。俺はルートマップを書いてみたんだ。この場所で奴らが盗品を売るのを手伝ってるキャラバンを止めることができる。
Yeah, you hear that, Kalaf? Told you we gotta focus on the investigation first. I drew up a map. Right here's the spot. There you'll find the merchant caravan responsible for getting rid of Dak and Alamar's looted goods.
まずはどこかに隠れるといい。夜になれば必ず犯人も盗品も全部抑えられるはずだ。
All you gotta do is wait and ambush them in the evening. They'll have no idea what hit them.
わかった。ありがとな。他のやつにもよろしく伝えといてくれ。
Perfect, thanks for that. Be sure to pass my regards to everyone else in the brigade as well.
安心してくれ。君も気をつけて。
Will do. You stay safe, Dehya. Alright. At least they tried to make it somewhat amusing. Watch over the trade route and wait for your moment. Okay, where's the trade route? Oh, over here. Teleport again. I'm not walking all that way. You can't make me. I'm going. Let's take a seat by some mushrooms.
どうやらここみたいだな。まずは隠れて、木を見計らおう。
This should be the place. Let's find a spot to hide and bide our time.
衝突することになるかもしれないから気をつけないと。
It's gonna come down to a fight one way or another, so let's all be careful.
安心しろってこいつは喧嘩上手だからな
No need to worry. She knows her way around a fight.
もちろんそんなことは心配してないさ。やりすぎないように気をつけないとって意味だよ。
I'm not worried about that.
情報も得なくちゃいけないからな。
What I meant is that we probably shouldn't go too hard on the enemy. After all, we still need to get information out of them.
奴らが来たようだ。準備はできてるな。
Ah, here they come. You ready?
即戦即決。奴らが反応できる前にやっちまおう。
Let's not give them a chance to react and end this quickly. Alright, I have her, but this also gives me a chance to see if she's really as broken as people say. Hey, knuckleheads. I mean, the one they give you for the trial is probably crazy. Crazy cracked, but... What is this? Oh yeah, you just go like this. Okay. Where'd the other guy go? Okay, so it says she doesn't cause version. Is that true? Doesn't look like it, no. Which is weird. Talk to Satar? I think that's what that said. You're the flame main.
長々説明しなくて済みそうだな。さっさと言え。アフマルのヒゲとはどういう関係だ。奴らの狙いは何だ。
Good, that saves me an introduction. Alright, time for a little talk. Are you buddies with Doc and Alamar now? Tell me, what are they after?
モラをもらって仕事をする以上、傭兵が雇い主の情報を守るのは基本的な原則だ。俺がハクとでも思ってるのか?
You know the code of being a mercenary just like everyone else. The first rule is to never divulge key information about our employer. What makes you think I'd talk?
素人相手ならそんな言葉も効果的かもしれないが、結局あんたはモラを稼ぐために自分の信用と評判を守りたいだけだろ。
That might have worked on an amateur, but I know you're just looking to protect your reputation.
だが商売をするには他にもいろんなものが必要だな。例えばその手や足、そしてあんたの目。
Think about it though. What's your reputation worth if you won't have the other tools you need to succeed in this line of work? Tools like, I don't know, your limbs or your
5
eyes?
秒だけ時間をやるよ。雇い主の情報が本当にそれほど重要なことか、よく考えてみてくれ。
You've got 5 seconds. You might want to think twice about how much your employer's information is worth to you. Whoa! It's alright, Paimon. She knows what she's
冗
doing.
談を言ってるんじゃないぞ。どうすれば人が一番苦しむのか、私はよくわかってるからな。
I'm not joking around. We can do this the easy way or the painful way.
残り2秒だ。
2 seconds.
手を煩わせる必要なんてねえよ。
I'll save you the trouble.
おい、あんた気が狂ったのか。
Huh? Are you crazy?
こいつ自分の舌を噛みやがった。
He tried to bite off his own tongue. Quick, search the area for any first aid supplies. With Dia's emergency treatment, the bleeding in Satar's mouth is brought under control.
予想外だったぜ。幸い下の状況はひどくない。痛みで気絶しただけらしい。
Oh, I definitely didn't expect him to go that far. Thankfully, the wound isn't too deep, and he just passed out from the pain.
なんでそんなことを。
But why would he be so
こい
extreme?
つと威勢を張り合うつもりだった。そこらの傭兵と同じように、苦もなくこいつから情報を聞き出せると思ってた。
I just wanted to test his mettle. You can get a lot of mercenaries to talk just by threatening them.
まさか、こんなきつい方法を使ってまで情報を守ろうとするとはな。
I didn't expect him to be willing to go through so much pain just to deny us some
ど
intel.
うするんだ。こいつもう気絶しちゃったぞ。目を覚ますのを待つのはいいけど。でも
Well, he's out
やっぱり
cold for
これ以
now.
上続けるのはやめておこうぜ。
We could wait for him to wake up, but maybe it's not a good idea to interrogate him any further. What should we do?
ああ、安心しろ。こいつみたいなやつから聞き出そうとしたって時間の無駄だ。それに、そんな
Yeah,
こと
don't
したら
worry about it.
ま
It'll
た
be a
自
waste of
分を
time
害
to
そうとする
interrogate
か
him
もし
after
れない。
that. He might just hurt himself again if we start asking.
ここに貨物がたくさん置いてある。調べてみよう。
There are lots of goods around here. Let's search the area. Maybe we'll be able to find something.
悪いと思ってるよ。
I'm really sorry. Alright, let's see what we can find. What's over here? There are some weapons in the boxes, as well as a bunch of medicine and bandages. It seems like Dakin Alamar is really up to no good. Check transport. There are a lot of daily necessities like food and water in the boxes. It doesn't seem like there's anything noteworthy. And what about your bag? Check backpack. Oh, this is where something interesting is.
名前がいっぱい書いてある紙を見つけたぞ。
We found a piece of paper with a bunch of names on it. Maybe it's a record or something?
見せてくれ。キャラバンなら財務記録は欠かせないはずだ。
Let me take a look. If this really is a merchant caravan, they should have a record of their transactions.
やっぱりな。アフマルのヒゲ、クセラ、イドリシ、バシャール、ティクリッティ。
Yep, I see an entry for Dak and Alamar right here. Kusela, Idrisi, Bashar, and Tikridi.
どれも覚えのある名前だ。奴らは取引で十分な食料と武器、そして薬を手に入れていた。
All familiar names. Dak and Alamar has been trading for a hefty supply of food, weapons, and medicine. It seems that in the past, they used to receive some canned knowledge as
こ
well.
のキャラバンは物資輸送の一環に過ぎない。奴らは盗品をウリンに運んでモラに変え、そのモラを指定の人物に渡してるんだ。
This caravan is just one link in their logistics chain. Once in the rainforest, the caravan will exchange the looted good for. Oh my gosh! Once in the rainforest, the caravan will exchange the looted goods for Mora, and the funds will then be passed to a specific
指
person.
定の人物が奴らに物資を届けに来て、奴らはそれをアフマルのヒゲに渡す。
That person will then pack the caravan full of necessary goods, which will then be brought back to Dak and Alamar.
おかしい。なんで最後の物資輸送については
Why is there no Mora value recorded for the final transaction?
金額がない。
No value?
ああ。それまでのすべての取引はどれも金額がはっきり記録されてる。けど最後の物資だけ配達完了っていう簡単な記載しかないんだ。
Yeah, but every transaction before the last one was marked with an exact amount of Mora. But the final one, they were paid for everything to be brought back to the desert. Where they paid for everything to be brought back to the desert was simply marked as delivered. Maybe the Mora amounts just happened to cancel each other out?
確かにそうかもな。でも、盗品がいくらで売れるかはわからないはずなんだが。奴らは商売の時、さほど端数を気にしてないってことか？
Perhaps, but they couldn't have known how much they would make off of selling the loot. Do they not care about profit margins at
ま
all?
あいい。次は物資の出所に関する記録だ。 どれもウリンの方から来たはずだけど、あ、こんなにあるぜ。
Anyway, the next part's the records of the goods themselves. There are a lot of entries. Everything was probably sourced from the rainforest. Huh?
どうしたんだ？
What's wrong?
さっざま風米。
Shatsamon Homayani.
フーマイ？ドニアザードの家のあのフーマイなのか？
Homayani? You mean Dunyarzad's family?
名前がたまたま同じだっていう可能性はないか？
Could it just be another family with the same last name?
名字も名前もたまたま同じなんてことあるわけないだろ。サッザマンはドニアザードのお父様、風米家の旦那様だ。
I'd be surprised to find someone with the exact same first and last name. Shahzaman Homayani is Dunyarzad's father and the head of the Homayani family.
これは一体。
Just what the heck is going on here? Calm down, Dehya. Let's analyze the situation first.
すまん。あんたの言う通りだな。落ち着いて情報を整理しないと。
I'm sorry, you're right. I'll consider what we found and not jump to conclusions just yet.
ここに書いてあることからすると、風米家がアフマルのヒゲに物資を提供したのは確かなことみたいだ。
But what this piece of paper confirms is that the Homayani family has been providing goods to Dak and
も
Alamar.
しかしたらそれは普通の取引で、フーマイ家は何も知らないかもしれないぞ。
What if the Homayanis have been kept in the dark and don't know they've been trading with Dak and Alamar?
その可能性もある。でももしこれが普通の取引なら、なんでこのキャラバンはわざわざ特定の人物から物資を購入する？
That's a possibility, but if that was the case, why has this caravan specifically named Shahzaman as their person of contact?
キャラバン宿駅やオルモス港で直接購入できるのに。
They could have just as easily bought goods such as food and medicine directly from Caravan Rebat or Port Ormos. If Shahzaman was actually aware of this, then perhaps he's been supplying the brigade's operations this entire time.
ああ。暴力や略奪行為への援助な。そしてその人物がもらった代金は返礼とみなされる。
Yeah, funding violence and looting. The brigade gets the goods, and he's paid the proceeds from the sale of the loot.
それじゃあ動機はモラのためか？でもドニアザードの家はモラに困ってなんかないだろう？
But why would he do something like this? It's not like the Homayanis are in need of money.
わからない。
I honestly have no
私
idea.
はよく風米家に出入りしてるが、おかしなところは何も見当たらないんだ。
I've been to their estate many times, and I've never noticed anything
モラ
suspicious.
といえば、マリン病の治療のために莫大な費用が必要だってことくらいしか思いつかないが、もしかすると借金を返済するためとかか。
The only potentially large expenditure I can think of would be the treatment costs for Dunyarzad's Elazar. Maybe they borrowed a lot of Mora in the past?
これはあくまでも推測だ。旦那様がこんな方法でモラを稼ぐとは思えないんだが。
But that's still just a speculation. I don't think the Master would stoop so low to make Mora. I don't think Dunyarzad knows anything about this either.
お嬢様がこのことを知ってるとは思えない。それに、私はお嬢様のことを信じてる。あえて私たちに隠したりなんかしないはずだ。
You're probably right. I know my lady's personality, and she wouldn't deliberately keep something like this from me.
そしたらこれからどうすればいいんだ？
But what should we do
調査しない
now?
といけない謎がまた一つ増えたな。
All we found is just another mystery. If we want to get to the bottom of this, we won't be able to turn back.
ああ、私から見れば 後戻りの選択肢なんかとっくにないさ。
If you ask me, we already have no choice but to confront her about this.
大丈夫だ。旦那様とお嬢様を信じてる。結論を出すにはまだ早い。
I'm not worried. It's too early to make a verdict yet. I still have faith in the
とり
Homayanis.
あえず戻ってお嬢様に会おう。このことを一から全部話して、お嬢様が協力してくれるかどうか聞いてみるんだ。
Let's go find my lady again. We'll tell her everything and see if she's willing to lend us her
もしか
support.
したらこの記録のことだけじゃなくて、ついでにアフマルのヒゲのやつらを見つけることにもつながるかもしれない。
If we're lucky, we can not only figure out the mystery of this paper, but also follow the trail of breadcrumbs to the people responsible at Dakan Alamar.
でも本当にいいのか？助けてもらえなかったらただただこっちの情報を漏らすだけになるかもしれないぞ。
Dehya, are you sure this is the best decision? What if instead of getting the help we need, we just end up revealing everything we've discovered to the enemy?
それでもお嬢様に現在の状況を伝えたいんだ。これは友達同士の信頼さ。
I've considered that possibility, but even still, I want to tell her that what we found. I think I owe her that much. True friendship is built on trust.
出発する前、お嬢様は私をとても心配してくれた。その真心に疑いと警戒で応えることはできない。
She showed genuine concern for me when we first brought up the topic. I can't repay her kindness with doubt and suspicion.
それは私のやり方にそぐわない。
That's not how I deal with people.
わかった。オイラだってドニアザードを信じたいんだ。
You're right. Paimon wants to trust Dunyarzad too. I hope we'll be of help to her.
ああ、戻るぞ。スメールシティに。
Yeah, let's pay another visit to Sumeru City. Alright. Let's go see if we can find anything else or if it's just gonna be more mystery. Do we have to go back to the market? Is that the idea? Oh no, I guess we're going over here. Is this her house? Well, whatever it is, she's standing here. Dunyarzad, we have some interesting news for you.
戻ったよ、お嬢様。
We're back, my lady.
お帰りなさい。思ったより早かったのね。トラブルには巻き込まれずに済んだみたいね。
Ah, you're back a lot sooner than I expected.
真相は突き止めた？
Well, how did it go? What did you come up with?
実はまだ調査中でね。ちょっとおかしなことに出くわしたんだ。
Actually, we are still investigating. It's just that we discovered something strange.
なるほど。つまり手がかりはまたスメールシティに戻ったということ？
I see. The clues you found have led you back here in the city?
うん。だいたいそんな感じだ。
Something like that, yeah.
ちょっと気が沈んでる？やっぱりあまり良くない方向に行っちゃったの？
You all look a little dispirited. Whatever you found must not have been very encouraging after all.
それなら私にも聞かせてちょうだい。もしかしたら前向きな考えを分かち合えるかもしれないわ。
Why don't you discuss it with me? Maybe I'll be able to say something to cheer you up.
いや、お嬢様。私は自分のことで悩んでるんじゃなくて、なんて言えばいいか。
It's okay, my lady. It's not so much about me being upset with my father or anything like that. How should I put
やっぱ
this?
り何かおかしいわ。さっきからあなたたち二人も口を聞かないし。
So something is wrong. Even the Traveler and Paimon have been uncharacteristically quiet.
いつものパイモンなら元気そうに私に手を振って「おーいドニャーザードー!」って呼んでくれるのに
She knows even. On any other day, Paimon would have already waved to me with a smile and shouted, Dunyarzad, we're back!
やっぱり何かあ
So
った
tell
の
me,
ね
what happened?
それは
Well...
お嬢様、これからの話、ちょっと心の準備が必要です。これは旦那様についてなんですが。
My lady, please prepare yourself for what we're about to tell you next. It concerns the
お
master.
父様のこと
The master? You mean my father?
わかったちゃんと聞くから私のことは心配しないで
Okay, I understand. Don't worry about me. I'll listen as attentively as I can. Dehya manages to explain the results of the investigation to
お
Dunyarzad.
父様は物資をアフマルのヒゲに送っていたの
My father has been supplying goods to Dak and Alamar?
私たちも全然わからないんだ。
Yeah, it makes as little sense to us as it does to you.
旦那様の人柄を疑ったことは一度もない。だからよりわからなくなる。なんで旦那様は悪い奴らに手を貸したのかって。
I've never doubted the master's integrity, so I'm having a real hard time rationalizing how he could ever support an infinite... Oh my goodness, let me try that again. I've never doubted the master's integrity, so I'm having a real hard time rationalizing how he could ever support an infinite brigade like them.
もしかしたら旦那様はたまたま取引に関わっていただけで、裏で何が起こってるのかを全然知らないのかもしれない。
Maybe he's not actually aware of the full story and just stumbled into the deal by accident. That feels unlikely, though.
私もそう思うわ
I can't help but agree with the traveler.
お前も
Huh? You mean you feel the same way, Dunyarzad?
こんなことを教えてくれてありがとう
Thank you for sharing all this information with
あな
me.
たたちは隠さず全てを話してくれたんだから私も今まで抱いていた疑問をあなたたちに話すべきね
Since you've told me everything you know, I should also tell you about some doubts that I've been harboring for a while.
お父様が私にボディーガードをつけたのは私が勝手に外に出ないように見張るためだと思っていたわ
In the past, I thought that my father hired a bodyguard for me so that I wouldn't run away and get lost.
シティにいる30人団にはふさわしい候補者がたくさんいるはずなのにどうしてお父様はあえてディシアにしたのかしら
However, there are plenty of capable mercenaries in the core of 30. Why did my father go out of his way to hire Dehya?
それは前に風魔池が護衛を必要としてるからって私たち思考の領袖に連絡してきたんだ。
About that. Well, the Homayanis really needed bodyguards, so they reached out to the Blazing
その
Beasts.
後旦那様は私の腕が印象に残ったとおっしゃってどうしても私をボディーガードにしたいと頼み込まれて
Later, the master told me that I was one of the best mercenaries he'd ever seen, and that I should stick around to become one of his
報酬
bodyguards.
もとても魅力的だったしそれで引き受けたんだ。
He offered me a pile of Mora, so I just signed on.
また同じ質問になるわねどうしてお父様は思考の領袖に連絡したの
Well, but that didn't really answer my question. Just thinking about it, why did my father specifically reach out to the Blazing
30
Beasts?
人団の人手が足りなかったかあるいは知り合いに紹介されたか
Dunyarzad is onto something. Or maybe the core of 30 just didn't have anyone available? Or maybe someone recommended us? I've never given it too much
わかっ
thought.
たもしかして全部偶然じゃないって言いたいのか
I think I get what you're saying. You think none of this was a coincidence.
その通りよ。すべて筋が通っているように見えるけれど、よく考えてみると不自然なところがたくさんあるの。
Precisely. At first glance, nothing seems strange or out of place, but there are many parts of the story that don't actually make sense.
でももしお父様がずっとアフマルのヒゲと何らかの接触を保っていたなら、リシアがうちに来たのも偶然ではないはずよ。
If my father had always been in contact with Dak and Alamar, then it would make sense for him to bring Dehya into our house.
まさかリシアをボディーガードとして雇うことの方が目的なのか？
You mean the goal all along was to get Dehya to be your bodyguard?
いやいや、それは考えすぎだろ。親父とはもう長いこと連絡なんか取ってないんだ。私が何をしようが親父とは関係ない。
No, that's too much of a stretch. I cut all ties with my father a long time ago. He has no control over my life anymore.
あなたのお父様が一方的に何かをした可能性は否定できないでしょ。
Oh, but that still doesn't rule out the possibility that your father has still been trying to influence your life without you knowing.
どうやら旦那様が何も知らない被害者である可能性は。
So the master was not likely an innocent victim in all of this. That's what things are looking like at this point.
ごめん、お前まで巻き込んじゃったな。
Sorry we put all this on you so suddenly, Dunyarzad.
謝ることはないわ、パイモン。むしろあなたたちに
It's okay, Paimon. I should actually be thanking
理由
you.
はどうであれ、もしお父様が本当に悪者を援助しているのなら、私はなるべく早くお父様を正気に戻すべきだもの。
Regardless of his reasons, if my father has truly been funding a violent group of mercenaries, then it's my duty to bring him back to reason.
こんなこと本当にいいのか？
But is that really the right thing to do?
親父は数々の悪行を働いてきたし、罪を問われても当然だ。私はちっとも同情なんかしない。たとえ親不孝者だって言われてもです。
My father's committed many atrocities and deserves all the punishment that he has coming to him. I have zero sympathy for him. You may call me an ungrateful child, but my feelings will remain the same.
でも風魔家の人たちはすごく待遇のいい仕事を与えてくれて、私のことをよく気にかけてくれています。
However, the Homayani family has treated me with nothing but generosity and kindness.
なのにこの件の結果は風魔家全体を巻き込むことになるかもしれない。
If we decide to investigate
も
this
しそう
further,
だったら
we
私
could
は
end
恩
up
をあだで
implicating the
返す
entire
ようなことを
Homayani
している
family.
んじゃ。
I would be biting the hand that's fed me over all these years.
リシア、
Dehya.
大丈夫よ、リシア。私があなたにそうさせたと言えばいい。
It's alright, Dehya. If anyone were to ask, you could always just say that I'm the one who instructed you to get to the bottom of this.
やめてください、お嬢様。私は責任を取ることを恐れてるんじゃない。それに今一番苦しいのはお嬢様の方なのに。
You don't have to do that, my lady. I'm not conflicted because I'm afraid of taking responsibility. Because you're the one who should... Besides, you're the one we should all be worried about right now.
まだそんなことにはなってないだろ。それに、なんて言ったっけ。
Hey, it's still too early to give up hope. What was that thing about friendship again? True friendship is built on trust.
そう、信頼。そう言ったのはリシア、お前自身なんだぞ。
Right, yeah, trust. You said that yourself, Dehya.
真実にたどり着くまではどれだけ考えても意味がないんだ。
Besides, there's no point on getting all riled up before we've even confirmed all the facts. If your trust hasn't been misplaced, then he probably has many conflicting feelings as well.
確かにそうだな。ありがとう。そうだよな。信頼はどんな時でも大切なんだ。
Thank you, everyone. That makes a lot of sense. I guess I should always remember the trust that I've placed in
じゃあ
people.
お嬢様、旦那様に来ていただいてお話をしてもいいですか？
In which case, my lady, could you ask the master to come out and have a chat with us?
筋の通った説明をしてくれることを願っているわ。
Sure thing. I also hope he'll be able to give us a logical explanation. Let's meet at the usual place then.
いつもの場所？お、わかったぞ。
The usual place? Ah, right. Wait for Dunyarzad at the usual place. Am I supposed to go up or down? I don't know what the usual place is. I mean, they seem to know, but I don't know. Okay, I guess I'm kind of going in the right direction. Oh, yes, yes, yes. Okay, I know now. I remember.
行こう。
Yes, yes, over here. This is the spot. Thank you for coming, sir.
紹介します。こちらは旅人。隣にいるのは彼女のガイドでパイモンです。
Please allow me to introduce these two. This is a traveler, and next to her is her travel companion,
以前
Paimon.
うちの娘と共に経験したことについて少しだけ耳にしてるよ。今日お二人に会うことができて本当に光栄だ。
Yes, my daughter has mentioned them from time to time. It's a privilege to finally meet them in person.
では手短に話そうか。重要なことというのは？
But we may skip all the pleasantries for now. What is the important matter you wish to discuss with me today?
まずこちらの取引リストをご覧いただけますか。ちょっと気になることがあって。
Well, we wanted to bring this transaction record to your attention. There's something on this record that we're all pretty curious about. Dia explains the issue to Shazamon and admits her doubts to him.
どうやら隠そうにも隠せないみたいだな。
So that's what you found, huh? Seems like I can't keep everything from you much
旦那
longer.
様、ご説明いただけますか。
If you wouldn't mind, we'd like an explanation.
これはとても複雑な話だ。私自身、自分のやり方が正しかったかどうかわからない。
Well, it's a long and difficult story, and to be perfectly honest, I'm not sure if I'm even doing
し
the
か
right
し
thing.
確実に言えるのは、ディシア、この話を君が聞いてもいいことは何一つないということだ。それどころか、君は傷つくことになるかもしれない。
What I do know, though, Dia, is that the truth will bring you no solace. If anything, it will likely cause you a great amount of anguish.
私が？
Wait, me?
そう。君たちが私に会おうとした理由はよく理解できる。君たちの見せた正義感にも私は感動してるんだ。
Yes, I understand perfectly why you came to see me, and I am touched by your collective commitment to do the right
だ
thing.
が、知識は決してあればあるほどいいというものではない。
But knowledge always
真
comes at a
実は隠
price.
されていた方が幸福ということもあるのだからね。
And sometimes, as they say, ignorance is bliss.
私も君の父親のクセラもそう望んでいるんだ。
Your father, Kusela, and I both believe that.
君には真実を知る権利があるが、私は君に警告しなければならない。
Of course, you have the right to seek and learn the truth, but I must
この
warn
真
you.
実は、君がこれまでの人生で積み上げてきたすべてを風に吹き飛ばされる黄砂に変えてしまうかもしれない。
That the facts of this matter may reduce everything you've built for yourself into sand blowing in the wind.
そして、クセラの注いできた心血も、君が真実を求めれば水の泡になってしまう。
If you must proceed, then Kusela's heartfelt efforts will also fade into the wind like a fleeting
あい
mirage.
つの心血？私にはよくわかりません。旦那様。
His heartfelt efforts? I'm sorry, sir, but I'm not sure I
私は
follow.
ここまで歩いてくるのに、あいつの世話になったことなんか一度もありません。
I made it this far in life without a single drop of my father's
私には
support.
私なりの信念や善悪の価値観があって、大切に思ってる人と物がある。全部あいつには関係ありません。
I have my own ideals and ways of looking at the world, as well as people and causes that I've chosen to cherish and fight for. None of these things have anything to do with him.
それに私は旦那様を助けに来たんです。この件に関しては一歩も引かないし、揺るがされはしません。
I came here today to support you as the head of the Homayani family. No warning will change my stance on
わか
that.
った。じゃあ、ある物語を聞いてもらおう。
I understand. Then let me tell you a little story.
ドニアザードが生まれて間もなく、私たち一家はある用事で砂漠に行くことになった。だが、道中で強盗にあったんだ。
Our family once needed to take a trip to the desert when Dunyarzad was just a baby. Along the way, we were attacked by bandits.
相手は数が多く、私たちのボディーガードも劣勢で体型を崩した。その時だった。通りすがりのエルマイト旅団が私たちを助けてくれたんだ。
They had superior numbers and quickly overpowered our bodyguards. When all seemed lost, a group of passerby Emirates lent us their support.
アフマルのヒゲ、クセラが率いた旅団だった。
Those Eremites were Kusela's brigade, Dak and
私
Alamar.
たちを襲ったのもエルマイト旅団の連中だと彼らは教えてくれた。とても驚いたよ。どうして彼らは自分の仲間に手を出してまで私たちを助けたのかってね。
Kusela's men told me that the attackers were Eremite mercenaries just like themselves. I was shocked. Why would Dak and Alamar go so far as to save us and not spare the fellow
ク
Eremites?
セラは笑って私たちのそばに来ると、まだ赤ん坊だったドニアザードをからかった。ドニアザードは怖がって泣きそうになっていたな。
Kusela was grinning and walked over to play with baby Dunyarzad. She was startled by his unfamiliar face and nearly started crying.
そんなことがあったの？
Really? I never knew.
助けた理由は特になく、ただ自分の子供もドニアザードと同じくらいの年だからと彼は言った。
He said he had no particular reason to help us. He just took pity on us because he had a daughter about the same age.
それから私たちは子供の話をしたよ。彼は心の優しい父親だと感じた。
We started talking about our children, and I sensed that he was a devoted
その
father.
恩に報いるために、彼の旅団をしばらくの間うちの手伝いとして雇って、手厚い報酬を支払ったんだ。
To repay his kindness, I hired his brigade to help out at our estate for a time and offered everyone generous remuneration.
まさかそんなことがあったなんて。
So that's what happened.
再び会ったのはそれから何年も後のことだった。その日、誰かがドアを叩いてね。ドアを開けても最初は全然誰だかわからなかった。
It was many years before I saw him again. I almost didn't recognize him the next time he came knocking on my
健
door.
康でたくましかった彼は憔悴して弱々しくなり、歩く時には杖をつかねばならないほどになっていたんだ。
The man I knew to be strong and healthy had been reduced to a shell of himself. He couldn't even walk anymore without his cane.
そんな。私が出てった時、親父はまだ元気だったのに。
So what happened to him? He was perfectly fine when I left the brigade.
私にも何が何だか。ただ、唯一彼の朗らかな表情だけは変わっていなかった。心配することはない。ただ殴られただけだと彼は言った。
I'm not too sure myself. The only thing that didn't change was his cheery disposition. He said that there was absolutely nothing to worry about and that he had gotten into a fight. That was
そ
all.
して彼は突然こう尋ねてきた。ドニアザードはもう大きくなっただろうから、ボディーガードが必要じゃないかとね。
He then suddenly asked me if Dunyarzad, now that she had grown, would need a bodyguard of her own.
当時、ドニアザードのマリン病はどんどんひどくなっていたし、出かける機会もほとんどなかった。もちろんボディーガードなどは必要ない。
At the time, Dunyarzad was going through a particularly severe bout of her Elazar. There was no need for her to have a bodyguard when she could barely leave the house.
そしたら彼は、
俺は必要だと思うとか、いずれ使えるようになるなんて言い始めたんだ。
But he kept coming back to the topic. Come on, it never hurts to be safe. How do you know a bodyguard won't come in handy one day?
彼の言っていることの意味は全くわからなかった。彼が思考の猟銃のディシアという傭兵を進めてくるまでは。
I was completely lost at first until he recommended the blazing beasts, and in particular, a mercenary named Dehya.
そいつが勧めてきたのか？
So he was the one who recommended Dehya to you.
そうだ。彼は意図を遠回しに伝えてきた。神王のレリクスにいるのはみんな極悪非道の悪者で、そこにいれば遅かれ早かれ悪事を働くようになる。
Indeed, he didn't say it out loud, but it was clear that he saw Deshret's relics as an evil group who would eventually corrupt every member in their
自
ranks.
分はもう救いようがないけれど、せめて娘は己の思う通りに行動できない傭兵の世界から離れてくれるように、そう彼は願っていた。
He was already beyond redemption, but he hoped that he would be able to detach his daughter from the vicious world of mercenary life.
もしディシアがうちでボディーガードを務め続ければ、砂漠を離れて一般人になっていくことができる。
If Dehya could stay in my house and keep working as a bodyguard, then gradually her affinity for the desert would decrease, and she'd be able to leave her previous life
だから
behind.
お父様はあんなに高い報酬を提示したの？
And that's why you offered her such generous compensation?
そういうわけでもないさ。彼に託された時から、私はディシアを自分の娘として見ているからね。
Yes, but not just because of that. From the moment that he asked me for that favor, I also began to see Dehya as my own daughter.
だから君が出ていくと言った時は、どうしても引き止めたかった。そのためならいくら出してもいいほどに。
That's why I tried to persuade you to stay when you asked for permission to leave. I was willing to spend however much it took.
クセラは砂漠で私とドニアザードを救ってくれたんだ。だから、彼の娘を託された今、私がそれを拒むわけにはいかない。
Kusela saved my daughter and I all those years ago in the desert. I could never refuse him entrusting his daughter to me.
あいついつもそうだ。利口ぶって独りよがりで。
Ugh, he was always like that, acting like he's oh so smart and
クセラは
self-righteous.
ディシアを雇う費用の一部を出すと言った。私は受け取らないことにしていたが、それでも彼はしょっちゅうモラを送ってきていた。
Kusela said that he'd reimburse me for a portion of Dia's fees. I refused to take any more from him, but he'd always send me funds
そ
anyway.
れも彼の一つの思いだと思って私は受け取った。すると数年前、彼からの手紙が再び届いたんだ。
Eventually, I just accepted them as a token of his gratitude. That went on for a while until I received another letter from him a few years
それ
ago.
は食料、武器、薬、さらに爆薬の原材料を買うのを手伝ってほしいという内容だった。
The letter contained a request to help him buy food, weapons, medicine, and even explosive materials.
それってアフマルのヒゲが騒ぎを起こし始めた頃じゃないか。
Wait, isn't that around the time that Dak and Alamar started becoming more aggressive?
その通りだ。良くない噂を思い浮かべて私も警戒し始めたよ。彼と直接会って話がしたかった。
That's right. When I started to hear some nasty rumors, I became wary and wanted to meet him face to face to discuss things.
当時の彼はもう私と会おうとはしてくれなかった。きっとディシアを巻き込みたくなかったんだろうね。
But by then, he was no longer receptive to my requests to talk. If I had to guess, it's probably because he didn't want to put Dehya at risk. But by the same token, he should have also stopped asking you for
それ
materials.
については私も考えたよ。彼は追い詰められてもう他に手がないから私に助けを求めに来たんだと判断した。
That thought occurred to me as well. I figured that he probably came to me for help because he had no one else to turn to.
だからいろいろと考えた末に食料と薬を提供したが、危険なものは全て断った。
After some deliberation, I decided to send him some food and medicine. I turned down all his requests for explosives and weaponry.
この程度の援助でも間接的に他の誰かを傷つけることになってしまうかもしれないということは分かっている。でもかつての恩人に背を向けることはできなかった。
I am aware that even such a reduced gesture of support could lead to others coming to harm, but I could not simply reject his plea for help.
やっぱりそれは間違っていたんだろう。私はいくつかのことから目を背けて自分にとって一番楽なやり方を取っただけだ。
In the end, it probably was the wrong decision. I plugged my ears to the rumors and just chose the situation that made me feel least guilty about myself.
あいつの居場所を教えてください、旦那様。
If you can, please tell me where he is now.
もし本気であいつが私を巻き込みたくないと思っているのなら、今してることは全部全く筋が通ってません。
None of the things he's doing right now make any sense if he's just trying to keep me from getting tangled up in his
私と
world.
関係を切りたいなら、初めから軽々しく私をこの世界に連れてくるなよ。
If all he wants to do is steer clear of me, then maybe he shouldn't have brought me into this world in the first place.
なあディシア、悲しむなよ。
Oh no, Dehya, please don't feel that way.
私は怒ってるだけだ。あいつのしてることが全く理解できない。
I'm just angry because I can't wrap my head around any of his actions. Maybe there's another way of looking at all of this. Can you try to believe in him just one more time?
わからない。本当にわからないんだ。無理だ。私には無理だ。
I don't know. I really don't know. I don't think I can do it.
でも、あんたの言うことにも確かに一理ある。真実はまだ完全に明らかにされたわけじゃないし、ここ数年あいつが何をしてたのか、何を考えていたのか、はっきりさせないと。
But I guess you do have a point. We haven't uncovered the whole truth yet. We still need to figure out his exact actions and reasonings for the last few
協力
years.
するよ。君たち親子の間に残されている問題は当人同士が直に会って解決しないといけない。
I'll do my best to help. Of course, anything between the two of you would need to be resolved between you and him alone.
だが私も彼がどこにいるのかわからない。物資を提供するだけで深入りはしたくなかったんだ。
I don't know Kusela's exact whereabouts. Outside of supplying his brigade with some goods, I tried my best to avoid getting involved any further with
リ
him.
ストにはジャワードという人の名が載っている。彼は30人団にいて、昔は砂漠の傭兵をしていたそうだ。
However, there's a man on the list named Jawad. He used to be a mercenary in the desert, and is now a member of the Corps of 30.
彼は武器を提供していたから、キャラバンと接触もしている。きっとクセラたちの行方を知ってるはずだ。
He's responsible for supplying weapons and liaising with the Dak and Alamar's merchant caravan. I think he should know Kusela's whereabouts.
夜、一人で酒場の外に座って夜風を浴びながら飲むのが好きだと聞いたよ。行ってみるといい。
I've heard that he likes to have a few drinks alone and enjoy cool wind at night outside the tavern. Maybe you'll be able to find him there.
わかりました。ありがとうございます、旦那様。じゃあ、旦那様とドニアザードは。
Understood. Thank you, sir. Then I guess this is bye for now.
お父様の
Unless...
ことは私に任せて。正直今はまだ頭の中がぐちゃぐちゃで落ち着かないの。
I'll stay and be with my friends here. Or be with my father here. To be honest, I'm still a little dazed and haven't finished processing everything quite yet.
お父様は確かに悪いことをしたわ。でもこのことについては正しいやり方はなかったと思う。
My father has indeed done something wrong, but if I think about it, I'm also not sure if there was a right way to handle this problem.
すべての真実を30人団に話して彼らに判断してもらうしかないわ。
I feel like our only course of action is to turn everything we know over to the Core 30 and let them render judgment.
ああ、どんな結果になろうとも私は受け入れるよ。
Yes, I am prepared to accept whatever verdict they
過
choose.
ちを認める時が来たんだからね。
It's time to face my mistakes. Alright, how long has it been? Hang on. Um, I guess we'll see what happens when we talk to this guy. I have a suspicion, but we'll see what he says. Okay. Over here? There you are. Hello, sir. I'd like to have a conversation.
あれ君たちは
Huh? Who are you guys?
公の組織が武器を砂漠のならず者たちに密輸するとはいい度胸してんじゃねえか。
I know what you've been up to. Smuggling weapons to violent brigades in the desert while working for the Corps? Pretty bold if you ask me.
声が大きい。一体どうやって知ったんだ。
Shh, keep your voice down. How do you know all of that?
ついてきてくれ。場所を変えてちゃんと話し合おう。な。
Come with me. We should talk about this elsewhere. I'll be happy to talk things over once we're somewhere private. Alright.
ここなら大丈夫そうだ。さて、君たちは一体なんでそれを知ってる？
This place should do. Alright, back to my question. How did you all know about me?
それは気にしなくていい。あんた、この件が上に報告されたら、どんな罰が待ってるか分かってるんだろうな。
Don't worry about that for now. You know what kind of punishment you'll face if once we report you to the Corps, I assume?
そこまでする必要はないだろう。ほら、今君たちとこうして話し合うつもりじゃないか。
Wait. There's no need to jump the gun. Let's talk this out. What are your terms?
本当にモラだけのためだったのか？
So, what's in it for you anyway, Mora?
確かにあの時は懐が寂しかったんだ。それに昔はクセラに結構世話になったし。
Well, I was a little tight on money at the time, and Kusela took good care of me in the
そういう
past.
状況で僕にこんな取引を断る理由もないだろう。彼の役に立てて金儲けもできて。
I waited in my mind, and I couldn't find a reason to turn the opportunity down. I wouldn't only be helping my benefactor, but I could also make some quick
あ
Mora.
んたに一つ正しい道を示してやる。今私たちはアフマルの秘境を調査してる最中で、奴らの行動を阻止するつもりだ。
Let me tell you how it is. We're investigating Dak and Alamar, and we're going to put an end to their
も
operations.
し私たちに力を貸してくれるなら、きっとその後に下るあんたへの処罰もそれなりに軽くなると思うぜ。
If you provide some help for us, then we might just put in a good word later and reduce the terms of your punishment.
他に解決法はないのか？今回は結構モラが入ったからいくらか。
Hey, why don't we discuss this a little first? Listen, I made quite a bit of Mora from my last run. Just give me a number, and I'm sure we can shut it.
私の辛抱強さにも限
My
界があ
patience
る
is
んだ。
running out. You
傭
should
兵
know
の
when a
金目当て
mercenary
で
is
来た
after
かどう
something
か
other
なんて
than money.
あんたには一目でわかるだろうが。
わかったよ。まったく。じゃあその時が来たら
Alright,
絶対
alright,
僕のために
sheesh.
証言してくれよな。
But you gotta promise you'll put in some nice words for me later.
彼らはしょっちゅうキャンプの場所を変えてるんだ。前回僕が荷物を届けた時は砂漠のこの辺りにいたよ。
They're always on the move. Here's the spot that they were at last time I made my delivery to the
行って
desert.
みるといい。ただ先に言っとくけど、彼らがいなくなってたとしても僕のせいじゃないからな。
Feel free to go and have a look. I'm just telling you though, it's not on me if they're not there
いいぜ。
anymore.
あんたのための証言もなしになるけどな。
Sure, and then you can forget about any nice words from us.
おい、そんな。
Hey, come on, now you're just being
それで？
unreasonable.
あんたが嘘をつかなかったって保証はどこにあるんだ？
Really? And how do I know you're not leading us straight into a trap?
あ
Don't
んたに
forget,
私
you're
と
the one
交
with
渉
no
する資
bargaining
格なんて
chips.
ないって。
はい、わかったよ。とりあえず行ってみてくれ。もしいなくなってたら僕の方でまた何とかするよ。
Alright, I get it, I get it. Why don't you go take a look? And if they're not there anymore, I'll try to figure out something else for you all.
わかればいいんだ。行こうか。
Now that's more like it.
あ
Let's
んた
move.
はおとなしくシティで待ってな。後で30人団の奴らにあんたを捕まえさせる。なんてことさせてくれるなよ。
And as for you, try to stick around the city until we get back. You don't want us to call the folks from the Corps and have them drag you back to the city. Alright, you know what then? I think I'll leave that there. And we will finish up this quest tomorrow. That way we have something to do tomorrow. That sounds good. Alright, but thank you so much for watching, and I hope I will see you tomorrow, because I should be on tomorrow. So have a good evening, or whatever time it is for you.